Good afternoon on 104.5 The Zone. And from the Zone Studios, I'm Joe Honk. Mike Vrabel just met with the media just a few moments ago after the Titans and Vikings wrapped up their second and final day of joint practice. And obviously the first thing he talked about was the injury to Traylon Burks and gave an update.
I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. There's no structural damage, and, anticipating him, being back. Again, I'm not putting a timeline on it, but I think that it was a best-case scenario.
And while they were actually on the field, Big Jeff decided that he wanted to make a good hit on a running back. Tier Tart and a lineman got it into a swinging. It was fun. It was all great. It was fun. All fun was had up in Minneapolis. Also, Nolensville just found out who they're going to be taking on tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, and that is going to be Rhode Island. They just won their game, and you'll be able to watch that on ESPN. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Britt Doherty with you, jumping into a Thursday afternoon in the Music City. Hope you're having a great day. She is the angry Chihuahua. Her name is Dawn Babette Davenport.
That's a heck of an intro right there.
Yeah, I was thinking today that I need to start scripting those things out, like wrestling style. And I didn't, but that's what was scripted in my head.
But he thought about it.
I thought
about possibly thinking about scripting it, though.
Executive producer for 3HL is the Joe Hunt.
Sup. After all that, sup.
Are you medicated today?
Yes, I'm highly medicated and very focused, so we're good.
Good to go.
I'll tell you somebody who's focused in his white T-shirt and his Chick-fil-A and his core water over there. He's Ronald Sylvester Swell.
I'm in the building. Best believe I'm in the building. Better be ready. I'm in the building. Hang on the roof. Time for the show. I'm focused today, you know.
We got a fun lineup today.
We do have a fun lineup, but let me dive into your focus today.
Yeah, man.
What happened?
Man, the game's getting closer. Virginia, Tennessee.
Oh, Virginia, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay, Tennessee is a 28-point favorite against Virginia at Nissan Stadium.
That's right.
And you will be 100% chance you will be fried.
Oh, what?
And it's an 11 a.m. start.
Yeah.
So you've got to start early. What time are they opening those gates, man? Like 5 in the morning?
No, the tailgate is going down at 8. At Old Red.
Kegs and eggs.
Mm-hmm. So you can even get fried after the game, take a nap, get back up, and go get fried again.
Multiple times.
Yes.
It's like an international flight.
That's exactly where I am.
You get fried multiple times.
That's exactly where I am with it.
We do have a busy show. What's coming up today? The voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, live from Minnesota. He's going to check in at 3:20.
That's good.
Big Savagery, Ramon Foster at 4 o'clock.
Big Dree.
Greg Cosell, I talked to him today. He spent a lot of time on the Titans offensive players tape. So we will talk with him
That's
about
what we want to hear from anyway. That's what we want to hear
have
about.
real tape for him to look at. I mean, fake real tape.
Break it down. Break it on down.
Real enough.
Bring it on down to Funky Town. So we've got a busy show. 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. SpringHillAC.com is the website. You need to get that HVAC unit in check. And I'm telling you, man, that humidity's been gone in the evenings, and it has been beautiful, and in the mornings as well.
Yeah.
And
been
so,
nice.
Listen, I don't want to say it,
What you are?
but you need to get that HVAC unit checked before you start needing to turn the heater portion on, because it's coming.
No, it's coming too. But guess what? It's another heat wave about to hit too, y'all.
Yeah, I know.
We're about to go 96, 94, 92,
Okay,
92.
well, all right, well, then get the AC checked.
Aaron Rodgers.
You can do it all there. You can watch the show live. 3HL on Zone TV is YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Hey.
I'm trying to read right now
What you
while
trying to
I
read,
talk. Alex writes, fried and drunk, two separate things. Slay, you blowing down or drink?
No. Fried is fried, and fried is
Fried is fried.
Fried is fried. There is no separator in what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're inebriated, you're fried, regardless of whatever you're doing or whatever you got going on. Yeah, like I done seen people on the corner out there just fried.
Well, yeah, if they're on the corner, they're fried.
I mean, yeah.
if they're just standing on a corner.
Whatever
with
their
nowhere to go.
substantive choice is, it happened to be fried. That's all I'm saying.
Waiting on people to walk by so they can talk.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Give them
Or
some
somebody
ifs.
with a car with the window down.
And tell them about all the ifs that they got lined up for them.
Ifs and fists.
That's right.
Titans continued their joint practices with the Vikings in Minnesota. Some bits of news out of that little deal. Mike Vrabel met with the media following practice today, talking about Traylon Burks' injury. Again, the Titans escaped a big scare yesterday. Traylon Burks went down after catching a long touchdown pass where he again, which has been a consistent thing, getting behind the defense. Remember when people were like, he's not that fast?
Yep.
I'm not saying he's Jerry Rice, but people used to say that about Jerry Rice too.
Mm-hmm. Football fast and track fast is two
different things. Yeah. So like guys are fast with their pads on and stuff like that. But anyway, it's going to sideline him for a few weeks. He got carted off the field. Everybody was nervous all during the show yesterday. You watched the tape like 100 times. You said, look, man, this isn't an ACL. This is in your view, watching the tape, you were like, this isn't going to be anything severely major, and it wasn't.
Because
now people are talking about grade 2, like we don't know how long he's going to be out and all those things, but like you think like a couple weeks.
Yeah, just breathe, guys. Breathe. Just trust and believe and breathe.
I trust in
good energy.
I trust in Slay.
And then when you see things go this is another
good T-shirt. I trust in Slay.
I like that.
Yes.
Yo. This is another telltale, people. When you see people go down from major injuries like pops and things like that, they go down immediately. Like he took steps. That's why I said, like, when he was losing his balance, it was like, let me catch my balance, boom. And then you fall down. ACL, it ain't no steps after an ACL or anything like torn. Believe me, I seen it. I did it. As soon as I hit the ground, boom, you're going to pick that knee up like,
There are a couple of cases against that. Like I remember in 1990. I was sitting in Neyland Stadium in my grandparents' season ticket seats, which was in S, right, like right about the 20-yard line. And Chuck Webb was playing against Pacific. And Chuck Webb, had he not torn his ACL, would have gone down as one of Tennessee's best running backs ever.
Yeah,
I mean, just incredible. The 225 plus in the bowl game against Arkansas in the Cotton Bowl that in '89. Just a phenomenal running back. Anyway, so he went running to the left, and then it got shut down that side. So he reversed field to the right, and he got caught behind with a horse collar tackle.
Yep.
And he jogged off the field to the sideline toward us, and it was torn ACL. And now for
wow, that's tough. That's a different.
And that was a
animal.
long time ago too.
Yeah, it's a different animal. Pain tolerance ain't like that no more.
But yeah, I trust in Slay. So a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Powder dry.
Good news.
Let's go to work.
What's up with Will Levis?
Okay, so that's a weird one because you might have heard Sam Phelan from A to Z Sports on with Blaine and Mickey say nobody really noticed that he went in. Like Mike Vrabel just offered that up, that he would have had more reps had he not gone in early. And here's what Mike Vrabel had to say about that.
No, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. There's no structural damage.
Hey, actually, no, that's him talking about Traylon Burks. It has nothing to do with this situation.
Yeah, that ain't long-term.
No, absolutely not. This is the one we're talking about.
Well, he got the same amount of reps as Malik up until the 2-minute. I did 2-minute over here yesterday. So while Malik was going, Will did that, and the plans were to have him go today, but they took him in, and we'll see where he's at for the game on Saturday.
Okay, so if he's not able to go on Saturday, which I would go ahead and assume because today's Thursday, you know what I mean? So does that mean more reps for Ryan Tannehill, which is more than 0? Or do you sign somebody? You sign somebody.
No, you're gonna have to sign somebody. Or let's go and work on the emergency quarterback situation. Let's get a receiver in there or something. No, we're not putting no.
I mean, that obviously means
just get
a
a
lot more reps for Malik,
go to work,
right?
Malik.
But you can't give him the whole game, can you?
I can.
With like the third string offensive line, he might die.
They won't give him the entire game. They'll sign somebody.
They're gonna have to.
You had an idea. You texted Mickey.
What?
And you love this dude.
Jordan Ta'amu.
Former Ole Miss quarterback.
Jordan Ta'amu. I think
it's
he lives here.
T-A''AMU.
He's from Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, he's I think his family's still in Hawaii, but he lives here in the off season, works out here.
Oh, so yeah, he right here around the block. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Just fly on over to Minnesota.
Hey, man, have
I
a
don't think
ball.
he's with anybody right now. I mean, he's been on practice squads and rosters as backup for a couple of years. I know he was with the Chiefs their first Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's had cups of coffee. Mm-hmm. He has.
A lot of cups of coffee.
And he did really, lots and lots.
I mean, nowhere
of coffee.
near the field of play necessarily, but yeah.
So his numbers in the XFL this season, he passed for over 1,800 yards and 14 touchdowns.
Yep. He played well with DC.
Can't bring Dobbs in. He's playing tonight.
Yeah.
I read some Cleveland literature today
Really?
that Deshaun Watson. There was talk that maybe he might go. He went for one series in their last game, but because of the joint practice sessions, and you're going to hear this about the Titans and the Vikings, he's not going tonight. So Josh Dobbs gets his first preseason
They
work.
got enough work in the joint practice.
And then it's is it Kellen Mond or DTR that goes behind him? I'm trying to figure that out because I'm trying to bet that game.
Okay.
So it's Eagles and Browns tonight. Mariota's going for the Eagles.
Mariota. Yeah.
I mean, that's worth tuning into, right? Like Dobbs
Who,
and Mariota.
Mariota?
I'll give him a look. I'll give him a
Cedric
look.
Tillman out there.
I'll give him a
Definitely
look 'cause
Dobbs.
Yeah, I'll give him a look.
You don't want to see Mariota?
Not really.
You seen him.
Yeah.
You know what he is.
I saw plenty of him here
Yeah.
in Nashville.
You know exactly what he is.
And
That
he's
is definitely
fine.
true.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's fine.
He's cool.
He's a good dude.
You know what he is?
They got a contest for it.
Yeah, good guy
Yeah.
contest.
No, he's a great dude.
Oh, he's the
and
captain
he's
of
also,
that. Go ahead and put it
He's
on the
seriously-
whiteboard.
Yeah.
No, he's like the poster child for good dude contest. But he's also a great backup.
Yeah.
Alex said Titans should sign Colin Kaepernick. Throw him out there.
Yeah.
All right.
You think Vrabel yeah, okay.
615-737-1045, always the number. At 3HL1045, you can get us on Twitter. You can watch the show live and comment there on the F&M Bank Chat. YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, next, live from Minnesota.
What's happening, good people? You know it's your guy, Ron Slay here. I gotta get you in on this little advanced hair situation we got. You've heard me rave about Advanced Hair's Nashville arrival, and I have exciting news for you right now. Those interested, the breakthrough solution to hair loss for a limited time, Advanced Hair is offering only the people that are listening to The Zone the best offer ever. It's that summer savings event where you'll get the most hair for your dollar. The quick, simple one-day treatment uses your own natural hair, and the results are second to none. Just look at the before and afters. With Advanced Hair, your new hair begins to regrow the very next day, and it can grow for life. And it's even guaranteed to grow. Make sure you remember that part. Now, if you have a flexible summer calendar and have been waiting for the best offer of the year, it's here, people. It is right here, right now. Schedule your free consultation and get the summer savings event details while still available. Simply call 629-348. That's 629-348-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Savings details also at advancedhair.com.
Good job, Slay. Baseball season. Yes, it's heading into the back final stretch here, and you can get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Even if you haven't bet baseball before, my co-host here are enjoying the season, and you can too. Right now, new customers, if you get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 if you're a new customer. So what does that mean? That's $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. All you have to do, go to FanDuel.com/Dawn and join the party today. Don't miss your chance. Get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel. FanDuel.com/Dawn, DAWN. FanDuel is an official partner of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. You do have to be 21 and older and present here in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable. Bonus bets expire in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line 1-800-889-9789.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. We were just into Superbook during the break, and Slay and I, Slay literally said, I really want to mess with this Detroit Guardians game. And I'm like, what do you know about Detroit and the Guardians? He's like,
you should ask Mike Keith about the Twins game because he's going to that tonight.
Oh, nice.
No, tomorrow.
I just talked to the man.
Well, how's he going? That game ain't on here.
we're talking to him now. Are you going to the Twins game tonight, Mike Keith?
Tomorrow.
Dang it!
Oh, honk.
His phone broke
I
up
said
when he
tomorrow.
said, okay, I'm sorry. I heard
remember
we're
that
going to the
game?
Twins game.
Remember that game, Mike, in kindergarten, where the teacher would tell the kid next to her some sentence like, "I'm going to the Twins game tonight," and by the time it got over here, it was like, "I'm going to the Yankees game in 1961."
Just from person to person to person. Yes, a game of telephone. As
Yeah.
we call it.
Well, it should have lasted more than one go at it with Hunk.
I blame
Well,
myself.
I think it kind of tells you what you need to know about Hunk.
Bro.
Yep.
Sorry.
So, put into perspective for those that haven't seen training camp and or joint practices, and maybe explain the difference in intensity level.
The difference in intensity level is dramatic, Brent, largely because guys aren't as tired. And what that comes from is when you're in a regular NFL practice, there are 90 guys, say. And with the 90 guys on your roster, you have more reps for people and there's less rest time and things of that sort. When you have a joint practice, you have 180 guys on the field. So you have less reps, and every practice rep means more. You're not as tired. And you also know that in most cases, you're performing for the other team as well. Mm-hmm. There have often been cases where we have practiced against another team, and then when we get to the final cutdowns, we will sign a player that we saw from that team in the joint practice either to our regular.
Let's do this, Mike, real quick. Let's put you on hold, see if we get a better connection. That's an interesting point, though, because I hadn't thought about that, but he's right. You do sign people off rosters that you have seen in training camp. Mm-hmm. That happens.
Always auditioning, dude. Always, especially in situations like that. Like, you really not even auditioning to make the team. You just want an opportunity to make the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I and this guy don't lie, right?
Yeah, that's good right there. That's
especially
good cheat
when
code.
The other general manager is standing on the sideline.
That's a great cheat code, man. I love that. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope right there. Joint practice, you get a team to come in and see you. Ain't got to trade no film. They just watching themselves. But along seeing you pop off that tape, you never know. Like, look at what we got going on. We up here talking about is Malik Willis going to go the whole game.
I don't remember a quarterback ever playing an entire preseason game. Not that it's ever happened. I don't remember that ever happening. My guess would be
such a chance to see everybody, you know?
Yeah, and hang on, let's get Mike Keith back in here before we go down that path, because we will. Mike, I'm sorry, that was a great point that you were making about auditioning for the other team, because the other team's general manager is standing on the sideline.
Well, and a lot of times, all the scouting staff is here for both teams too. And so, or the majority, I should say. And so they're looking at the other players. They know who's practice squad eligible. They know where they might have a depth problem. They also know, like, if you look at the other team, where they might have an abundance of players and just not able to fit them all. Like, for the Vikings have a bunch of safeties, maybe the best, depth on their entire team. I don't know if the Titans are looking for a safety. I have no idea. But the point being, not all those guys are going to make this roster. And so it adds to the intensity because you're playing for your jersey, you're playing football, it's hot, you've got your juice going, and then you understand there's really something on the line. So, yeah, it's a big deal.
So, Mike, obviously yesterday the news was Traylon Burks and Coach Vrabel giving us good news, at least today, about that injury, no structural damage. And then Coach Vrabel's also dropping the info that nobody really saw at practice today, that Will Levis wasn't there for the end and went into the building dealing with something. I know there are reports out there it's a lower body injury, but just curious how you think that affects, obviously we don't know how serious it is, but how that affects Saturday's game.
I don't think it affects Saturday's game, Dawn, from the standpoint of how it would affect Tannehill. If Tannehill's going to play, he's going to play whatever he was going to play before. If Tannehill's not going to play, it doesn't affect that at all. I want to say Logan Woodside recently went the whole game for us in the preseason.
Okay, because I couldn't remember an example of that.
And I mean, listen, don't take that to the bank.
Well, I mean, I trust you over me. That's for
when
sure.
When the preseason ends, I'm like someone with the Etch-a-Sketch where you shake it up and everything goes away and I don't remember anything.
Because it doesn't matter.
It just there's other stuff you have to be more concerned with. So, I mean, I think then that would mean Malik Willis would get everything. I noticed that Levis was gone. I didn't notice when it happened or where it happened. He was having a very good practice from the reps that I had seen. He had done some really, really good things. And then when they went team on team for the last 25 minutes of practice, Levis was not a part of that. So, again, don't know what that is. Hopefully it's nothing that will sideline him too much. Maybe it's something he can tape it up and go. And maybe this is the year we're going to have a little good fortune, because when the Traylon Burks thing hit yesterday, I said to Coach Mack on the sidelines, I said, you know what? It's about time we get a little luck on this injury thing.
Yeah.
And the Burks did not look good. I mean, when you saw it in real time, it was not just something you went, oh, well, that's nothing. They'll put a Band-Aid on it. He's like, oh no. And that was the pit in your stomach reaction. So hopefully we'll continue to get good news on other things as well. I mean, we are certainly due some injury luck. That's for sure.
No question about that. Slay Dog. Mike Keith, voice of the Titans, reporting in live from Minnesota.
What other receivers are you seeing emerge up there, Mike Keith? I know we get what we expect from Traylon Burks and also D-Hop, but guys like Kyle Phillips and people like that, who are we seeing? Depth-wise, who we got that's coming alive up there for us?
Phillips has had a couple of good days, I think, overall, and that's something that really jumps out as they go against another team. Is this guy finds spots to get open, and he is just going to be a great option for a guy like Ryan Tannehill. The same way Hopkins is. That's the thing that really jumps out, too, about Hopkins that you don't think about is he gets open, he catches everything, and sometimes when he's not open, he catches it anyway. So, I mean, he truly is a quarterback's best friend. Down the line, Kearis Jackson.
Yes.
I loved him in the preseason game.
Yeah, he's pretty good now. I mean, Kearis Jackson is a player that I like, and I have a hard time on Titans radio not getting too excited about him, not letting myself get too excited about him, because the difficulty he has, like everybody else, is Nick Westbrook-Akine is not going away. Chris Moore is not going away. They continue to make plays and make things happen, and, you know, it can all be written and said, oh, this, oh, that. But when you have reliable players in the 4 and 5 spot, you're very happy.
Yeah.
Now, so Kearis is a player in that mix. Racey McMath is a player that's going to have to be in that mix.
Yep.
I think Roberson is a player that's going to have to be in that mix. Trayshawn Harrison had at least one really good play that I saw today. So they've got some guys that have done some good things down the line. And I don't think anybody's contending that these are necessarily Pro Bowl players in 2023. But I think most people would agree that this core has more talent and more depth than what we thought when we were looking at it in July on paper.
Yeah, I had Kearis Jackson written down. I actually mentioned him on Monday as one of the guys that I noticed, and to me didn't look like an undrafted guy. You know what I mean? Like, he caught the ball and turned it up the field both times.
Yeah, Mason Kinsey's another guy too that is a reliable option. I think it's it's tough on Mason right now because he's been in the system for 4 years, and they know what he is, and so they know where he might fit. And the knock on wood part of it too is we don't know what the injury situation is going to be at the receiver situation or the receiver position for the rest of training camp, but also for the rest of the positions, because those will directly affect how you set the roster for week one. There's a pretty good chance that somebody doesn't end up on the roster in week one because a player is needed at another spot for depth because you need injury. I mean, it's the same reason Jack Doyle didn't make this roster years ago. It's the same reason LeGarrette Blount did not make this roster years ago. And people say, they always say, yeah, how did you miss on Jack Doyle? They didn't miss on Jack Doyle. They didn't miss on LeGarrette Blount. They needed something to get ready for week one because they didn't have enough linebackers or they didn't have enough corners or whatever. And those players couldn't have helped in week one. So you're often hoping that doesn't happen because you're filled with regret when it does. And it's just a function of circumstance.
Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith with us. I mentioned this to Coach Mack, and on Monday, we were kind of talking about things that stood out, and we all agreed the offensive line on that first drive. I mean, no issues that I saw. And we even had a play where Brunskill pulled to his left, and Tyjae Spears, instead of bouncing it outside like a lot of rookies do early, actually cut it off his hip and picked up the first down. But that's the guy I wrote down, Tyjae Spears, and heard about him all off season. You watch him in the preseason game, that guy's got juice.
Yeah, shake. I say he's got shake, man, because he's hard to get a square shot on.
Yes.
And that's the part of the shake that I like so much. He can get small, he can get big, as we saw in the stiff arm. He was the best player at the Senior Bowl, I thought. I was the best football player at the Senior Bowl. He jumped out every single day in every single if we'd been playing a backyard game, he'd have been the first player picked. Yeah. That was how it was among a lot of really good players. Yeah. And yet Tyjae was just special. And when they drafted him, I know there was a lot of oohing and eyeing about why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? But this guy's a weapon. And I think you're going to see him a lot of different ways. Be interesting to see if they try to get him another kickoff return. Be interesting to see, how they, how much he plays. Because I think he's one of those guys you may see play less and less as the preseason goes on. Because kind of like Kyle Phillips was last year, you sort of know what you got.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And, the pass route he ran too wasn't just a leak out into the flat pass route. I mean, that was an out route on a linebacker, and you start envisioning him with option routes or maybe a wheel route and turning that up the sideline with a linebacker that can't stay with him. Like all of those thoughts went through my head when I watched him run that out route.
His angles are excellent, and that's a part of route running. I mean, you even see some young receivers who round off routes too much. We saw that on one play in the Chicago game where a receiver rounded the route too much and the pass nearly got intercepted. You've got to hit that landing point and come back to a sharp break in order to take that proper angle. Geometry is a part of it. And this kid has that. He's got a knowledge of all of the functions that you do in the game. If I were describing him as a guard in basketball, he knows how to play the 1 and the 2, and he has all the skill sets on both ends of the court. That's who this player is, and that's the dimension that he gives us. That Dontrell Hilliard gave it to us to a certain extent. I don't think he was quite the. I mean, he's a good athlete. I'm certainly not knocking him. He played good football. This guy's just different. I mean, there's just something God-given about him. It's just a little different.
Mike Keith, voice of the Titans, with us. Music City Malik on YouTube said, guaranteed, here comes Mike Keith's nickname, Shake Spears.
It's on the way. Give it the shake.
I love it.
Well, he's got, they're just, I mean, God gives you shake. That's not something you develop. Maybe you can enhance it. Maybe you can fully use it. But that's a God-given ability. And that's what this kid has is, he's not the fastest guy in the world. I don't know that his 40 time was as fast as Derrick Henry's at the combine.
No, but he hits that speed quickly, though. That's the thing.
He hits the speed. He's got the acceleration.
Yeah.
And, Emmitt Smith wasn't the fastest guy in the world either. There have been plenty of backs who've been successful in the league to varying degrees. Obviously, I just threw out one of the 5 best of all time.
Yeah.
Which is probably a huge mistake. But the point is, you don't have to be Chris Johnson to be successful as a back in terms of straight ahead speed.
Yeah.
It's about cutting and it's about acceleration. And then when you get in the open field, quite often those players are faster with someone chasing them.
That's
you find
exactly
that
right.
a lot. I mean, remember Jerry Rice ran a 4.62.
It's so funny. I just used that example.
Yeah, I mean, so all of that with guys that handle the football, even the tight ends who supposedly run 4.75, and you're like, that's slow. That's not really slow. That's slow for maybe the NFL, but that's still pretty fast. But there are players who play faster, and there's certainly guys who play faster with someone chasing them.
Right.
Slay dog. Some guys are like automatic shift, like long Cadillac guys, and other guys are stick shift with sport gear, and that's what he is.
Absolutely.
Mike Keith, voice of the Titans, with us on Third Edge.
Mike, I wanted to play off of that. You talk about the weapon that Tajay Spears is, and to me, a mirror of him is a guy like Roger McCreary when you talk about a weapon on defense. You know, what have you seen from him? I see the impact he's making as far as looking at stats and things, but it's kind of like nobody's like doing a lot of talking about him, which is good because, I mean, he's doing his job and handling his business. You like the steps he's taking?
I do. And you saw when they had all the defensive starters sit out last week.
Yes.
McCreary was sitting out too.
Yep.
Even though the 2 outside corners, quote unquote, are Christian Fulton and Sean Murphy Bunting. This is a guy who's a starter. He's playing a lot inside. He can certainly go outside. Made a great interception of Kirk Cousins in a 2-minute drill here yesterday. And just keeps sort of honing that craft. It feels like they've sort of found something that he does best.
Yeah.
And because he's physical enough, he doesn't take it off anybody. He is a mirror coverage guy. He's a good tackler. Roger's a good player, and he's taken that year 1 to year 2 step, and what they're doing with him in the defense on the inside in the secondary appears very potent in a lot of ways. And, I think you could use him on a variety of players. I also like the thought of him with some blitz skills too.
Yeah. I think so too. Christian Fulton with an unbelievable interception today, one-handed in the back of the end zone on Kirk Cousins.
He's playing crazy right now. He's just playing crazy. I mean, he's just he promised to be a different guy, and you said, okay, that's great. And I like Christian. I think Christian's a good player. I want to believe it 100% because if you can find somebody who can be a dominant corner like we've had at certain points in our history, the Samari Rolls and the Cortland Finnegans, when those players have played dominant football, it totally transforms your defense. And guess what? So far, that's what he's doing. I mean, he is even DeAndre Hopkins' most incredible catches in camp have come with Fulton all over him, with his hands in between his hands, and so you're like, okay, there aren't 5 other receivers in the NFL going to make that play. Give me that coverage, and I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
Christian, I mean, listen, wants to get paid, right?
Yeah.
So, God bless him. That's the way it should be. But he also cares about the team, cares about the game, and, a guy that he needs a little bit of luck with the injury thing. And so far, I think he's prepared himself in a way that he's going to give himself that kind of luck. You make your own luck in some ways, and changing his workout routine seems to have put him in a different framework. And, a lot of times the guy gains confidence from that.
Yeah.
He walks in, he says, man, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm tougher. And that makes him play with that sort of confidence.
Mike Keith, last question from me for you is what are you kind of focusing on, looking forward to seeing in this preseason game on Saturday?
I got a lot of things. I mean, the quarterback situation, obviously, and
Yep.
we'll see what Levis's status is. But, if it ends up being just Malik because Will can't go, then for Willis, it's a big opportunity. It's a huge opportunity to see if he can handle all of it. And we'll see. The running back situation, Jaquez Patrick has joined the team. He is a big back. Interested to see what he will add. In the backups in terms of offensive line, some people need to keep stepping forward. We talked about the down-the-line receivers who can make a move. Chris Jackson let go this week, meaning one defensive back is certainly going to make this team, you would think, based on the fact that they let a guy go who's made the roster the last 3 years.
Right.
Inside linebacker competition and the kicking competition as well, because we're to a point with the kicker thing. If somebody doesn't start breaking away, and maybe internally they feel like one of these guys has, then you start to look at the other options. We're to that point now. So, if a guy can walk out there and confidently make 3 out of 3 in pressure situations, do a good job on kickoffs and separate himself, this is where you need to be making this move. You've had a month, and now it's time to see, can you be that guy? Because when we go to New Orleans, there's a very good chance the end of this game comes down to a kick. The end of the opener last year came down to a kick, and we missed it.
That's right.
Ooh, yeah.
A lot of one-score games.
Would have changed the season.
Yep. Great point.
God.
Great point. Titans at Vikings Saturday,
Crazy.
7 o'clock. Titans favored by 2. You can catch it all on Titans Radio right here on 104.5 The Zone with Mike Keith and the crew. Thank you, Mike. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you.
Nice talking to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Have fun at the Twins
Thanks,
game
Mike.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Look, I think we can all understand the reason why I messed up the date on this. Okay.
All right. Speaking of you, we need a little update on the little baby Hunk Titans as Hunk plays the Titans opponent on Madden. If you're new to the show, this happens every week, and his first game was last night. So we'll figure out how that went. Plus, Babs signed us up for something. We'll tell you about that. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Can say big right now at Buddy Allen Carpet One Floor and Home. All types of flooring from carpet to waterproof and tile are on sale up to 50% with available 18 months interest-free financing, and with their price match guarantee, they will not be undersold. Buddy Allen Carpet One Floor and Home, your local source for the best price on all types of flooring. Stop by the Buddy Allen store in Donaldson, 2405 Lebanon Pike for more details and to see their fantastic selection of flooring. 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
What's happening, man? It's Ron Slay, and I got to tell you about Still I Got Wings. I went there yesterday and had something for lunch. I even told the crew. I said, hey, man, I know this ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about with the show, but I'm going to get me some strikeout wings, man. And I went, and I got that Ron Slay. But I only got a 6-piece because I wanted the sweet and sassy with the lemon pepper drizzle with the Cajun ranch fries with the cheese melted on top. But then I wanted another 6, and that was the lemon pepper Cajun. Whew. Plus, it was Tuesday. You know there's 69 cents on Tuesdays. But all through the week, you can go get from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. $8.99 lunch special, man, and double up and have a good time. Take somebody with you. Go to 123 Ewing Drive. Go to 3961 Nolensville Pike. Or go to Midtown Foods right there behind Martin Luther King High School. Either way, it's going to be something good for you. The flavor is not going to leave. It's the home of sweet and sassy. And tell them, hey, man, let me try that mac and cheese, too, because I heard that's cold-blooded, too, man. Burgers, everything you looking for. Fish sandwiches, you can't miss. Not with them, but make sure you get that Kool-Aid and tell them it's Still I Got Wings.
3HL 1045. What is the round robin? I just went with the parlay. It's should I even say it?
Yeah, no.
Can we say it now?
Yeah, you can say it. I'm gonna give them again after 5 o'clock.
We'll have different listeners then.
Yeah.
Cards money line, Padres money line, Dodgers money line, Tigers money line is what I went because you got Padres plus 1.5, which was before I guess they announced pitching. But I did all 4 of those money line. $30 wins you 308 something.
Dog.
And so Slay goes, now you're balling, man.
Yeah, you better know it. Then you got to throw the round robin in there.
I don't even know what a round robin is.
That's under the same parlay umbrella. Round robin, that makes sure you get your money back. So you just need 3 out of the 4 teams to win. So then you get your money back that you wagered. So that way you safe. You're like, hey, I can gamble all day long. You never got to stop.
I just don't do
not
this
listen.
at home.
What's that phone number, Don?
Yeah. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line.
I mean, the first break was funny when Slay was like, man, I got to get on this Guardians Detroit game. I'm like, why? You don't even watch baseball, much less those 2 teams.
They're my teams today. Got my eye on them.
You said I got to bet the Tigers. I'm like, well, is that because you just don't like the city of Cleveland?
Yeah,
that's part of it.
Pretty much. They dog LeBron. LeBron's not no more.
You can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. I saw somebody come through here saying that here it is. Chris said the Titans should have never cut Rusty Smith.
Rusty!
Get loose. We're good. Let's go win this with Rusty, okay? Yep. All right, let's go. Rusty's going.
Boy, there's a whole lot of false confidence in that thing.
That's supposed to be in a movie. That's supposed to be in a movie. That part right there is supposed to be in a movie, man.
Except for they didn't win, I don't think.
Let's go win this
I don't think. He ended up starting the next game, remember, in Houston, and threw like 3 picks in the first quarter. I mean,
It may have been his first 3 passes.
It might have been, actually.
He should have told, man, Coach, I wouldn't even lose.
I love Rusty Smith.
Rusty,
what's up?
Rusty's record was officially 0-1 in the NFL.
Yeah, Houston.
In his mind, he was probably undefeated, though. That's what matters.
What are his stats, Hunk? Do you have his stats?
Oh, absolutely. No, his in 2010. No, and absolutely. In his total lifetime stats, he threw 45 passes, 23 completions for 234 yards. 0 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. So he at least completed some of those passes.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, no.
That's true. 4 passes didn't hit the ground.
His longest pass in his career was 52 yards.
Well, he used to sling it at practice.
Yeah.
He did.
Uh-huh.
Mettenberger. Met Show was the one that was slinging it at practice. Good night, that guy could throw the ball.
Yeah.
We were talking about piss missiles.
What was his? Why did he not? Yeah.
I don't know.
Why did he not work out? I
Kept
can't
getting
remember.
injured.
I was going to say,
Is that
did
what
he
it
have
was?
injury issues?
Him
too?
and Locker.
Plus,
that's how they got to Rusty.
What a great nickname, Met Show. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. He's on Alabama staff now.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
with Daddy.
Can we hear that cut again about Rusty Smith? Listen to all of the examples. There are several of false confidence in here.
Rusty, get loose. We're good. Let's go win this with Rusty, okay? Yep. All right, let's go. Rusty's going.
I love that throw. Hey, Rusty's going. We got this. Like that's what we got this.
Oh,
And Rusty's like,
so
yep.
funny.
I'm with it. I like it, Rusty.
Like Rusty was trying to talk himself into it. Like, oh crap, I got to go in.
Yeah, I'm getting loose.
Wow, what did you do? You like broke a finger or something.
All right, I'll be back. Hold the clipboard.
So Dawn signed us up for kickball.
Yep.
Kickball. No.
This happened quickly
Not
in
just
a text
kickball,
stream.
a kickball league.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we ain't just out here just playing recreational.
No, and she sent first she sent it to us, and we were like, we're all in. So it's me, Slay, Dawn, and Travis, her husband. So we got a solid 4 there, I think. And although you've got kind of a hip thing,
Don't even worry about that. I'll be ready.
and I'm kind of creaky.
August
I need
25th,
some oil.
I'll get fixed. August 25th. Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna be on the shelf for a minute. How long are you gonna be on the shelf?
I'll be there. Don't worry. I'm going to talk to Dr. Kellum.
Well, so Jaleel over here, like, professional soccer player, he came in yesterday and we're like, hey, man, you want to play kickball?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll come out
Ringer, baby.
Ringer.
We about to have a ringer. I was trying to go back and see. I invited all of the on-air people.
Yeah, let's carry this over to the other side.
Okay.
And tell this story, and then we'll get the little baby Hunk Titans. We'll get some more injury information. Will Levis left early today. The head coach talked about Traylon Burks' injury. All that coming up, 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay, man. And if you were just listening to 3HL, you heard you heard the VOT, Mike Keefe, talk about Christian Fulton, take the constructive criticism, come back looking bigger, faster, badder than ever. And you know what? I was thinking while he was saying that, I feel like you describing me, Mike Keefe, because once I got in touch with Awaken 180, I came back like that, 45 pounds lighter, you know what I mean, slimmer. And you know what else? Sexier. That's right. I told you I was bringing it back, and I brought it back because my coaches at Awaken 180 didn't play that. Coach Sam stayed on me, dropped on 45 pounds. I ain't put a pound back on yet. Now I'm right there in the maintenance, and I'm just cruising along. What I had this morning is I had about 4 eggs with cheese, 4 pieces of toast with butter and jelly on it because butter is fat. Yeah, I'm back.
What in the world?
What in the world?
You can have it. I'm in the maintenance. You got to be in the maintenance, though. You know, I'm in the maintenance. So now for lunch, I'm having me something good, too. Anyway, you need to get in touch with her, 844-346-1800, so you can cruise along, too. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Dang. I'll tell you, my maintenance doesn't include 4 pieces of toast and 4 eggs and cheese. And
well, the eggs and
I'm
cheese,
also not
that's
6'8", but
that's protein. But it's the jelly and the butter and like goodness, man.
He's got his body's in a good spot.
He's like a farmer over there.
All right, let's talk Loan Pronto here because maybe you're looking to buy a new home. You need cash now instead of having to wait for your current house to sell. Well, you need to call Loan Pronto. They have a dream home bridge loan going on right now, which can help you tap your equity in your home so you can get the cash you need, make a clean offer on your new home or maybe an investment property, and then you have the cash to cover the down payment. You can get the cash in a matter of days, very little paperwork, and usually no appraisal is needed in this area too. So go after the house you want with no contingency. And then when your current house sells, the bridge loan completely disappears. Don't put off your dream. Let Loan Pronto help you leverage your equity so you can get the cash you need to make a solid and clean offer. LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. Ask about the Dream Home Bridge Loan now with Loan Pronto. 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 16617A1, subject to lender approval.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. The Titans and Vikings are done with joint practices. Earlier today, Coach Vrabel met with the media. He did drop the news about Will Levis leaving practice at some point in time. But before that, he talked about how the team improved, or quarterback specifically improved, their passing from day 1 to day 2 of joint practice.
Well, I thought they were better. I thought the ball came out quicker today than it did yesterday with some of the looks. I know that they watched the tape, studied hard, and wanted to come back out here today. And there's the second group, and both of those, Malik and Will, had some third down conversions, and I thought they were better today than they were yesterday. And I thought both of them had fairly good days yesterday.
Anthony Richardson has been named the Week 1 starter for the Colts. You've also found out what the Panthers are doing with their starting quarterback position. And just a little while ago, D'Amico Ryan said that C.J. Stroud is going to start at preseason week 2. We don't know if that means the season, but he's at least starting this weekend against the Dolphins. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, 4 o'clock hour. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Tomorrow's Friday, y'all.
Friday.
It is Thirsty Thursday, meaning drink responsibly, but more drinks you have, the better the show is. I'm just saying.
Especially if you're on the porch.
That is true. Stay on the porch, y'all. 615-737-1045, always the number at the HL 104.5. Coming up at 4:20, Greg Cosell actually has game tape to break down.
Yay!
Titans offensive players from preseason game number 1.
Let's go, baby.
Is what we will be talking about with him.
Want to get down.
Big Savagery, Ramon Foster coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Hunt can double duty this.
I thought Babs was cheering. She did
I was.
No, she's ready to fight the power.
Okay.
No, I was cheering for.
Cosell breaking down field.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And for Big Savagery here.
Yes, and we're going to have to update you on the kickball situation for us, the little baby Hunt Titans coming up at 4:45.
Yes.
Big Savagery, Ramon Foster is here. We'll do the intros a little bit later as well. Don Davenport, Ron Slay in the building, of course. And Ramon Foster, what is going on, brother?
Not a whole lot, good people, man. How are y'all today on this Thursday?
Good.
We're good, man. How was the first go at Titans Radio? It sounded good to me, man.
Thank you, man. I was just telling Hunk. Hunk texted me during the broadcast telling me, it was good and everything. It was solid. I really enjoyed it from the retired former player side, man, of watching the interactions on the sideline and actually being in tune to the game but not having to play a game. It can be addictive. I'll be honest with you. It was really freaking cool. I enjoyed myself.
Nate Washington tweeted yesterday. I retweeted it. He said, "I hate joint practices." Where do you come down on that? Tempers flared today. I guess Big Jeff had a big hit on a running back, and people got upset about it. Tierre Tart ends up in the midst of some things. Where do you come down on joint practices?
I like the thought of them in the first few minutes of them because it's like, hey, we got an opportunity to go against somebody, not ourselves, and y'all know how competition is. It turns into a, hey, we're going to be productive, to, hey, I'm here to bleep somebody up. It really does turn into it. And it doesn't need, nobody has to say anything. It's one moment of an extra shoulder check or, hey, I shouldn't have lost that rep, or, hey, don't be pushing that much, man. I'm telling you, just because I don't know y'all like that,
right.
I don't have to be around you all the time. And it ain't necessarily day 1 there. It's day 2 when you know nothing else is going to happen after this other than playing in the game. So if I'm going to fight, I'm going to fight you on day 2. And I think Big Jeff picked his spots pretty good.
You should have said, I like the idea of joint practices until I'm having to go against Big Jeff and them.
See, Babs, I ain't going to turn down no smoke now. I'm going to get kicked out of practice before anything else. You're just not going to dog me out. And that's what it really turns into, because this is the thing. The entire team watches that film of you going against somebody that's not your teammate. So if a level of disrespect or extra chippiness comes into play, you got to think about your teammates looking at you like, man, you're a chump for letting them push you like that. So all of that plays into it. And like I said, the fact that they only practice in 2 days, if you got me on day 1, day 2, you better believe your butt is grass, because I know I can't go out like Willie Lump when it comes down to me getting chumped like that.
Will Levis went in early. We don't know what's going on there. I think PK put out there that it was a lower body injury, so I guess we're going to play hockey now. But
can I say this about preseason injuries?
Yeah.
Unless they are put on IR, let's just take them for what they are, because everybody's going to get shut down, and all you worried about is either week 1 or week 2 of the season. Like, unless you are out for a while or go to IR, these out of practice into the tent type stuff that they have is really irrelevant. I look at Will Levis and say, yeah, well, he'll be back next week when he has to play again, or he may be ready on Saturday.
Well, yeah, so, I mean, where the relevance is if he can't go on Saturday, what do you do? Because my guess is they don't want to play Tannehill. He hasn't played a preseason game since 2018 or whatever, maybe it was 2019, I can't remember. But
no, he ain't playing.
But he ain't playing. So, like, do you ever remember somebody going, like Mike Keith pointed out, Logan Woodside, he thought went an entire game one time. But, like, that's not an ideal situation for Malik Willis to be out there in the fourth quarter, right?
Especially not with that offensive line.
Right, exactly. That's a tale of its own right there. It's not ideal, and I would think Levis would be more out than in anyway as far as planning out the week. But if he can't, this is my thing, Malik. This is the opportunity to seize every moment that you've been looking for again. Imagine him being able to get a whole, game underneath his belt in the preseason. Like, this has really made the type of decision to keep 3 quarterbacks the hardest it's ever been. Malik goes out and throws 60% completion rate with a touchdown on the ground and one through there. And heck, he can even throw an interception again. That's still a whole lot of growth. I like the idea that he could play an entire game, because this is the thing too. And I feel like we all have gotten accustomed to, hey, we're only going to play a certain amount of reps in the preseason. You go back a few years. I'll say this. I've played an entire game. After the first series, I played from the middle of the first quarter the entire game. It's not out of the realm of, yes, 100%. And I actually heard Blaine and Mickey speaking about it yesterday on their show. Like, the idea that guys have to be on a pitch count and stuff like that. The game is the game, and if you're competing, no matter what you're getting yourself into, it's possible. It's just that coaches are trying to do so much in these limited games that you pull guys when you've seen enough. Like Jaden Peavy last week got pulled because he'd done enough. And you go back a few years, if there was 4 games, he would have potentially played the entire game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not him, but there's a lot of other guys that you want extended looks at. It's not out of the question, y'all, that Malik could play the entire game. And if I was Malik, I would be happy about that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I look for the opportunity. I would thrive in that regardless, especially if you're trying to work up on the depth chart and get to go know other guys. Let me ask you this about the offensive line from the Chicago game. Man, what were your thoughts about them guys coming out in that first series and the way they controlled the tempo, controlled the line of scrimmage? What'd you think about that? Impressed?
Very impressed. And I'm going to try not to be a Debbie Downer in the sense when it comes down to me evaluating them again, because my initial stance on that is show me again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be that quick to judge those guys, but it was good, y'all. I will not front. I did not expect them to come together the way they did. And, Savin, we hadn't even talked about this yet, but I look at the way that group has kind of come together and what they did in that first game and what we've heard a little bit about what they've done in Minnesota, and really just say to ourselves, this is going to be a hard decision that's got to be made by Mike Vrabel, Coach Hoteling, whenever NPF comes back into the fold. Truthfully, as a coach, that's what you want. But as far as NPF goes, boy, you picked the wrong time, and honestly, you're a few years too young to be having a suspension going on right now, because only in year 2, y'all, like, I have emotional, like feelings for him as far as like, oh man, that's NPF. But if Hubbard comes out and play well, or heck, if Jalen Duncan steps up a little bit more, is it owed to NPF that he take his spot back?
No, not at all. It's all earned.
Well, he
wasn't year 2 guy.
Well,
he wasn't even that great last year anyway.
Yeah, but he's fortunate in that the guys behind him aren't very good. So
there we go. And I'm not downing him whatsoever. It's just that
I thought he played well for a rookie.
Well, yeah,
On
but it's
at
not.
right tackle?
But you're not talking about. Oh, he transforms this line or anything.
Not like this guy. So what did you think about Skoronski individually?
Yeah.
If Peter comes out and stay healthy, y'all, maybe not this year, but he has every ability to be a Pro Bowl guard.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about him. He's a first rounder. He's a pedigree guy. He plays well. He don't say much. He has the opportunity to be one of those dudes that becomes a Pro Bowl guard, and that's something to build off of, man. I thought it was solid. He moved people around. I was watching his body language on the sideline. He was very chill about everything that was going on. He's a pro's pro, and saying that is enough in itself.
Yeah, I love that. Defensively, is there anything you wanted to see from your time playing or from you being on the sidelines watching and being able to call the game and add your tidbits that you would like to see from defensive starters? Like y'all had a bunch in Pittsburgh. You got guys right here with Big Jeff and them. When do you need to see them go? Or are you fine with them? I know offense is a little bit different because you got to be protected. Defense, you're supposed to be aggressive, going to go get it.
Yeah. I want to see two things out of this group, man. One, who's going to separate themselves at that middle linebacker role? We've talked about the front four the entire offseason. We talked about Kevin Byard, Monty Hooker, Christian Fulton, Roger McGraw. We spoke about all those guys. We've talked a good bit, decent about Azeez Al-Shaair, Chance Campbell, Brian Neiman is one of those guys, Dr. Gibby, Money Rice. Think about this, y'all. Money Rice is on the 2 depth right now. Yeah. He's second on the depth chart right now behind Dr. Gibby. Like, I'm
concerned about
Money
that.
Rice.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do to figure out those four? And let's just go those four. Azeez Al-Shaair, I feel like, is a starter.
Yep.
Chance Campbell has a capability. Jack Gibbons clearly has the mental part. Babs, great point. The muscle is good in the brain, but it doesn't translate to your feet and athletic ability, right?
Right.
So, and then Money Rice. Those four got to figure out who's going to be the dudes of what trio if they're going to use 3 guys to be your pass-deflecting linebacker. That's the group I'm worried about more than the back end or the front four of this defense.
Great stuff, Savage. Have fun in Minnesota, man. Safe travels. We'll be listening on Saturday night.
Hey, you like you like the whole interviewing part of it all?
Babs, I got to catch my words. I got to be not nervous when I'm talking to the guys. I got to make sure I'm talking into the mic and handing the mic back over to them.
It's a lot to think about, right?
I salute you. I'm trying to remember the score of the game. What's the score again? Oh my gosh, Babs. You make this look easy.
I love it.
Yes, she does. All right, have fun, man. Appreciate you.
Great job, Savagery.
Good job.
All right, there he is. At Ramon Foster, Ramon, Kayla, Will, 6 to 10 weekday mornings on 104.5 The Zone. Coming up at 4:20 right now is Greg Cosell. We're going to evaluate the offense, what he saw on tape. That's next, 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, car, truck, SUV, Jeep, whatever you're looking for. These guys will be able to help you. Daniel Gupton and the guys are there and ready to help you out. No pressure from them at all. They simply want what you want, and that's you in the right vehicle for you. So maybe you've been thinking about getting something bigger. Maybe you've been thinking about cutting that car payment. Maybe you've been thinking about needing something more reliable. Maybe repair bills are getting you. Whatever your story is, they're going to be able to help you out, and you can go in and take your test drive, go inside, and they will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. 24 West, exit 35. It's about 9 miles outside the city. Then a straight shot into Springfield, 3450 Tom Austin Highway, again, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. All of the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. So car, truck, SUV, Jeep, new, pre-owned, whatever you need, they will be able to help you out. GuptonMotors.com, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. That's Gupton, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
All right. Now, if you're waiting, keep on waiting. But right now, let me tell you how you can get involved in the parlay. You got to go to Superbook and download the Superbook Sports app. And then you can collect the bread like, man, you're collecting the bread. But first and foremost, go pick up your phone. Now look at it. Now go to your apps. Download Superbook. Type in Superbook. Then press download or install, either one, depending on what kind of little weird phone you're using. But when you get there, use the promo code SLAY to score up to $250 with your first bet bonus. Win or lose, they will match your first bet up to $250 with the promo code SLAY. Betting on all kind of odds, division, who's going to win the division this year, who's the MVP, which team will go win the big show and at the end of the season. Simply download it. That's all you got to do. Don't sit on the sidelines. Win money this season with Superbook Sports. I'm going to do it. You should do it too. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Stay tuned to 3HL. After the 5 o'clock break, the parlay will be hit. Book it.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Sopranos. Huh.
Just felt right.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, Cosell's from New York. Not New Jersey, but that's true, right? Greg Cosell from NFL Films. That's true, right? New York, not New Jersey?
Where I'm from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Queens in New York. That's where I grew up.
Queens. That's right. Playing basketball on the mean streets of Queens.
Well, Slay will know this because of where he played in college, but my claim to fame is in high school. I went head-to-head with Ernie Grunfeld.
Hey, that's my guy, baby. Go Vols.
Yeah, there you go. Needless to say, Slay, he got a little bit the better of it.
He worked you a little bit, Cosell?
He worked me a little bit, yeah. He had 36 points and 25 rebounds, but who remembers that?
no, nobody remembers that. Cosell.
I mean, growing up in New York, isn't that like, when you think back to those days, isn't it incredible that those two ended up playing together in college at Tennessee?
You mean the Bernie and Ernie show?
Yeah, Bernard King and Ernie Grunfeld.
Yep. He was at Fort Hamilton in Brooklyn.
Yeah. It's wild, man. He wasn't no small dude either, Ernie.
No, Ernie, and the thing is, I weighed 175 in high school, which, needless to say, I do not weigh now. And Grunfeld weighed 225 in high school, which, that's so he weighed a few pounds more than I did.
Yeah. So when I first heard him before doing research on him, I was like, man, a little guard, Ernie Bernie show. Let me see. And then I saw him. I was like, dang, that ain't no 6-foot guard or nothing like that. He got some size on him. So,
well, it's funny how things work out, too, because Bernard King's brother, Albert, when he came out of Fort Hamilton, he was considered actually the better prospect. He was considered unbelievable. And he went to Maryland, and I had a great first year. And then it never quite worked out the way everybody, he was a good player in college, played in the NBA for, a number of years. Yeah. But, he was supposed to be absolutely special, and it didn't happen that way.
Right.
Greg Cosell with us from NFL Films, among other things. So we talked earlier, you said you focused in on some of the offensive guys with regard to the Titans and their game.
Yeah, I watched the offense really carefully, because I wanted to see the quarterbacks. I was looking at Dillard. I was looking at Skoronski. Of course, they didn't, play many snaps. Spears, of course. But I was, I looked at Duncan a little bit. Obviously I knew everybody was going to be most interested in the quarterbacks, and what's the plan this week? Have they announced it?
Well,
Will Levis allegedly left early and possibly hurt. Who knows? So it might be a Malik Willis show.
Left early in practice this week, you mean?
Today.
Today. Yeah. We
don't know yet.
Lower body injury. He walked into the facility, so we'll see on that. But I can't remember like a quarterback going the entire way in a preseason game. Mike Keith told us today he thinks that Logan Woodside did that for the Titans one game, but that's not necessarily what you want, right? Malik Willis in the game in the fourth quarter with like third string offensive line.
And there's not another quarterback, when I was on the roster right now, because I remember, being there last week, there were only 3 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
let's start.
We'll see.
Let's start with let's start with the offensive line, because that's been certainly the big question mark during the offseason. And based on what we saw on that first drive, pretty clean.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. Again, all you can do is look at the tape and say what the tape shows. For those who want to say, well, they were playing against this guy or that guy, at the end of the day, what the coaches are looking for is they call the plays, they want to work on certain things, they want to see it executed. So I thought that I thought Dillard actually did a pretty good job in the run game, which is what I was particularly looking for. There was a 3rd and 1 play with Spears where he gained 6 yards, and I thought Dillard did a really nice job with a combo block working up to the second level. That's not the kind of thing he did much in college at all, so I thought that was good. Obviously pass protection is his thing. He's very smooth with light feet. He's got very easy movement. You can see that he's got fluid, loose hips. He moves well laterally. Again, I don't know how he's taught by Mike Sullivan, the O-line coach. To me, and not that I don't fancy myself as an offensive line expert, but I think he needs at times to be more proactive with his hands in pass protection. He has at times late and wide hands. And if you're late and wide, what happens is the pass rusher gets into your chest. And that's the last thing you want to have happen.
Can I hit you with something else on that play? That
Well, I
third
prefer if you didn't hit me, but you can ask me a question.
like Grunfeld.
Yeah.
That 3rd and 1 play, is that the same play that I saw Brunskill actually pull to his left and Tyjae Spears cut off his hip to pick up that first down? Do you remember that?
Not on 3rd and 1. I don't think it's 3rd and 1.
Okay.
I can't remember every detail of the play. I just, really took note of Dillard because that's something that in this offense he's going to have to do. He's going to have to make combo blocks.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what that means, a combo block means that it's initial double team with the guard Skoronski next to him, and then off the double team you work up to the second level to block a linebacker. That's what a combo block is.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think about the running backs reacting off the offensive line? That was something. I know Tyjae Spears is a little shifty, but guys being able to hold their blocks and continue. I thought Brewer did a pretty good job, solid, getting out and finishing not only on the first level but getting to the second level and hitting.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Brewer is an interesting guy to me because I watched, as I think I may have told you guys, I watched a lot of Derrick Henry a couple of weeks ago from last year, obviously, and Brewer was at guard, but I actually thought he was good in the run game at guard. So he's actually pretty good in the run game, even though he's not a big man for the position. But I think he does a pretty good job. I would imagine so far so good with Brewer, Skoronski, and Dillard, and that needs to be good, as we've discussed numerous times. But Skoronski also had a really, really good block. Spears had a 9-yard run on the first possession, and Skoronski had an excellent base block on the 3 technique. He got his hands inside and underneath, and he moved the 3 technique off the line of scrimmage. I know a lot of people looked at that one low red zone play where Edwards kind of caught him a little bit, but Skoronski was a little bit off balance. But I would say overall, those 2 guys, Skoronski and Dillard, in a very small sample size, obviously, there was no problem there.
Well, you mentioned Skoronski. Did anything stand out like rookie like?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think he's going to be, Dawn, I think he's going to be that kind of player. Yeah. Especially at guard. I think he's just going to be a really solid player. Again, that doesn't mean he's not going to get beat or he's not going to make a mistake. He's a rookie. This stuff's going to happen. There'll be moments where you go, oh, that was a tough one, but that's to be expected. Those things don't surprise me. I especially now with social media where every single play can be thrown up 5 seconds after it happens, people have a quick reaction and we tend to overreact to, every single play. But my guess is Skoronski is just going to be a really, really solid player at guard. Is he going to be the best guard in the league? No one can answer that. But, I think he's technically sound. I think he's fundamentally really good. I think he's got good natural strength. I think he's got a pretty strong core, and that's really important. I think he's going to be just a really solid player.
Like to hear that. Okay, let's transition to quarterbacks. You guys good with that? And let's start with Malik. And there was a lot of talk on this show that last week that it was very obvious his development and the steps forward that he has taken this season as opposed to maybe his tape and film from last year. What did you see?
Yeah, I thought it was dramatic for this reason. Again, the coaches who know more than I do because they know exactly what each play is and exactly what they want them to do, they'll have specific things that I just simply can't know about because I'm not in the meetings. But I thought if you're just looking at his comfort level and his overall poise,
yes,
I thought there was significant improvement in that area. I thought he was quicker mentally. And see, think of it this way, Slay, you could probably really appreciate this having played, basketball at a high level. When you see things quickly, when you're quick mentally, it allows your body to slow down.
Right.
And that might be counterintuitive to a lot of people, but when you're quicker mentally, you can play slower, and when I say slower, I don't mean it looks like you're playing in slow motion or that, but everything in your mind can be slower because you're just seeing it better. And I thought that was the case with Willis. I thought with very, very few exceptions, He was much quicker mentally, which allowed his body to slow down and to work with more efficiency from the pocket. I thought that in itself was dramatic. Now, obviously, it's preseason. There's 100 things that are going to happen between now and the regular season that if he were to have to play early in the season, if Tannehill were to get hurt, who knows? But it was definitely, to me, a pretty significant positive.
Gotta love that. Well, so Levis, looking at Levis, what did you see from him? Did he look comfortable to you? I know throws are gonna be missed. It's the game, but did he look comfortable in there with his
And
pocket?
I'll tell you, Cosell, Titans. There were a lot of Titans fans that were dogging Will Levis after that preseason game. I didn't agree with it.
No one did.
Yeah, but there were a lot of fans that thought that he looked bad.
I would disagree with that. I think Levis is the kind of guy with the way in which he moves and sets. He always looks, even in college, when he played well in college, he always looks a little frenetic. It's just the way he is. So he's always going to look that way, but I don't believe he played poorly. I think the one thing that really stood out to me, and it was true in college at times, and I don't, some people think you can really improve in this area. Some people think you can't. But he's going to have to be more precise with his ball location. And if that doesn't happen, then, who knows what the future holds. Doesn't mean he's a bust. Who knows? There's some quarterbacks, you look at someone, and I'm not comparing the two. We're not talking apples to apples here. You look at someone like Josh Allen, who came into the league, and he was all over the place, totally scattershot. Mm-hmm. And even to this day, he'll miss a few here and there. But he clearly improved in that area. So we'll see what happens with Will Levis. Mm-hmm. But I thought that I don't think he played poorly at all. And by the way, the final interception was not his fault. I'm telling you that right now because I know the play and I know exactly what happened. And it looked really, really bad. So everybody just assumed that it was his fault. It was not his fault.
Good. I'm glad. What was it? A receiver cutting a route off, or not where it's supposed to be?
Yes, because here's what happened. They ran the dagger concept. What a dagger concept is, it's an inside vertical and then a dig route underneath the inside vertical. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, because of the time in the game, which was essentially there were 10 seconds to go, whatever it was. The underneath coverage dropped really deep. So McMath was running the dig route, which normally is behind the underneath coverage in a normal situation in the game. But he stopped his route because when he made his break, the underneath coverage was so deep that he was like, I'm just going to run into people. So he kind of stopped his route. But what Levis did is he threw the ball with timing and anticipation, which is the way you have to throw the dig in the dagger concept. And therefore, there was no receiver there. So it just sailed right to the safety, who was basically, on the back end where the inside vertical was. Right. So it wasn't really on Levis. And by the way, at that point in the game, you're not throwing a check down anyway.
Right.
Right. Well, and maybe there's a little eye-opening there on when we talk about Racey McMath and why he doesn't get opportunities and why he looks so good in camp every year, but then it doesn't translate to game action and on the field. Yeah.
And just getting back to Willis for a second, on the drive right before the final drive, I thought he looked pretty good on that final drive, that last fourth quarter drive that he was in. I thought he played pretty efficiently from the pocket. I thought he delivered the ball on time. I thought his ball placement was pretty good. There was a real good example of that when he hit Harrison for 23 yards. The one play he did miss was in the red zone late in the fourth quarter. He missed an opportunity both within the structure of the play, and then he missed an opportunity outside of structure when he badly overthrew Kinsey, who was wide open in the back of the end zone. But for the most part, Willis looked like a relatively comfortable player. And to me, I think that's more important than for me, again, because I'm not in the meeting, so I don't know, the specifics. But to me, based on what we saw a year ago, when clearly he was not ready to be on an NFL field as a starting quarterback, this was a really good sign. He just looked like he belonged.
Did you, watching film, Cosell, did you see the Malik interception to where it was trying to hit Wiley? Was that more on Wiley not going deep enough, or was that on Malik because he had sat down in it?
That's one of those that different people are going to have a different viewpoint. Here's the
They both took
line.
the blame for it.
Yeah.
Here's the bottom line. It was a really well-designed levels route concept. Wiley ran, he ran and settled in the void rather than breaking to the sideline against the zone coverage, which was really good by Wiley.
Mm-hmm.
The ball was thrown a little too high.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality.
Yeah.
But was it catchable? Yes. So some are going to say, oh, you got to catch that. That's not on Willis.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now that a quarterback coach will say, hey, you got to make a better throw. So people are going to debate that, and they'll, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
The throw was too high, but it was catchable. So just pick your poison, whoever you choose to want to blame.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I put it on Malik.
Yeah.
Just because of
he's
the
6'7".
sit down in the zone. The guy's 6'7". You throw high balls like that, you're gonna get your receivers killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough to learn the quarterback position from Bill Walsh, and he would tell you that was on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Greg Cosell with us from NFL Films. A lot of talk, obviously, about Tyjae Spears in the offseason.
Yeah.
Boy, he showed what he's got, man. That dude has – I said to Mike Keith earlier, that dude's got juice.
It's funny. He was one of the first guys I watched when I started watching college tape, probably back, mid-January, because in the office, we were working, that's around playoff time. But when they played USC in the bowl game and he gained like 200 yards and, the TV was on, in the office right next to mine. We're all connected in the matchup room. So I wasn't watching it, but he had the great game. So I was aware of it. So he was one of the first guys I watched, and I loved Tyjae Spears' tape. I mean, I thought that, he was an NFL running back. And I don't think there was anything about this game that made me think otherwise. And I know from being there and talking to coaches that, they're going to use him. He's not going to play 5 snaps a game. He's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I guess that does it. I just looked up at the clock. Time flies. I do love when you come on and you kind of back up the points that we had been making this week about Malik Willis and his performance, especially.
Yeah, it was really strong. Let's keep it going. Look, the one thing people need to recognize too is that coaches want to work on specific things. That's they game plan more for themselves, not for the opponent. Yeah. So they want to work on specific things. Now, if he plays a whole game, that wouldn't be ideal. You really don't want that, but I guess they're not. I guess they'll find out what's going on with Levis. We'll find out more tonight or tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens.
Can you tell anything about difference in how a coordinator calls a game between last year and this year based on a preseason game, or is it just too vanilla to do that?
I wasn't looking at that really closely just because Tim Kelly's new. I don't know how he sees. So he sort of did he become the play caller last year? Once Downing was let go.
There's some debate about that.
Yeah. So since I don't know the answer to that, I don't have anything to compare it to.
Downing finished the season.
Finished the season. Yeah.
That's right. Downing did finish the season, right?
Yep.
So,
but
I don't have
anything debate as to how involved Tim Kelly was.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything to compare that to. So there's no way I could comment on that without without being stupid.
Yeah, I know they didn't do much tempo in that preseason game. So
no, but they're going to do that. I mean, they're going to. You don't show everything. You're just looking to see execution, which I told you guys last week. That's what they're looking for. They're just looking to see execution. Now, maybe you'll see tempo. Who knows? It's whatever they choose to practice in a given week.
Yeah. Love it, Cosell. Thank you, man.
This
Always
was
good
so
catching
fun
up.
to talk about actual film, Cosell. We're back.
Yeah.
Back, baby. All right. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks,
At Greg
Cosell.
Cosell
All right,
on
talk
Twitter.
to you next week.
Yep, that's definitely true. All right, when we come back, we will get into the kickball. The Little Baby Hunk Titans, Levis and Burks. Next, 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
All right, it is the year of the throwback. Titans unveiled their Oilers throwback unis, and Two Rivers Ford also throwing things back. They have their nice 1983 throwback on the huge billboard off of Interstate 40 right by the dealership there in Mount Juliet. 40 years ago, that's when Two Rivers Ford was founded. And so let's think about how many tailgates have been had on a Two Rivers Ford truck in 40 years. A ton. Speaking of throwbacks, too, now through September 4th, Two Rivers Ford will throw back interest rates on their 2023 F-150s, 3.9% for 60 months. That is insane. That is like half of what interest rates are right now. So you want a new F-150 in your driveway? Now's a perfect time. Go see my friends at Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet, just 7 miles east of the airports, right off the interstate, easy to get to. Or go check out their selection online, tworiversford.com. Give them a call. They are there to help you. Two Rivers Ford, 3.9% APR on 2023 Ford F-150s. Go see them. Two Rivers Ford, powered by Ford, driven by people.
Don't you dare get up on that roof and try to go down that chimney. That's for one person. That's Santa Claus only. Or Chimney. They'll get down through there. They got 63 years of experience trying to get it in, and they will make sure your chimney is up to par, ready to rock and roll. Even the outside, your backside, your back porch, your fireplace, your fire bowls, outdoor fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, everything can be ready to run to entertain for the fall, man. This is the time. I'm telling you right now, 615-364-8987. Get scheduled now to take advantage of the hot summer special, and the in-season pricing is right around the corner, so take advantage right now at 615-364-8987. You got to understand, honest, dependable, and affordable. Well, that's what Chimney is. I told you about the 63 years of experience, but you need to require chimney cap installation, waterproofing. They will ensure your chimney complies with code requirements also and is ready for use. So dry vent service, dry vent repairs, masonry work, custom stainless copper chimney caps, whatever it is, man, get it going. It's Chimney.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you until 6 o'clock on 104.5 The Zone. Tomorrow's Friday. We're there. So
This is a whole. Never mind.
This is a whole what?
I was gonna say a whole weekend of Fridays.
Oh, you think so?
I think we should take a break on Sunday.
Boy, the weather's going to be great.
Fridays. I'm telling you.
Well, what if it were raining all day? What would you do?
Indoor Fridays. Just indoor Fridays activities.
So Dawn started a little text strand. Was that yesterday?
Day before.
Or day before? Yeah, day before.
Yesterday.
Would y'all be interested in playing kickball at the Williamson County Rec, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Slay and I were both immediately in.
Yes.
Hump's got to drive to Huntsville.
I believe the official answer from my wife when I asked her about it last night was, and I quote, I will divorce you if you do something else in Nashville so that you don't get home to help with the 2 kids.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because our games will be Wednesdays at 7 or 8 o'clock.
I wanted to.
Or 9, yeah.
I tried to get her up here so that she could do it, but yeah, that was what she said.
That sounds about right, though. Sounds about right.
I mean, it's understandable.
So
I totally.
There's some kids.
I thought about not even asking you because I didn't want to put you in that position.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate
knowing that she would kill you.
I always want you guys to invite me to stuff and make me say no, and instead of just saying no.
That's
for
what I
me.
figured.
You know.
Yeah, but guess
and
what?
I appreciate it.
You can't turn us against Tori where Tori looking at us like, why are they even asking you, knowing that?
Right.
It's a great point.
Knowing that I'm at home with 2 kids by myself.
Yeah, what are your teammates thinking?
Yeah,
No, that was their exact. I appreciate the fact that they want you to be involved, but I will divorce you.
So we initially started with me, Slay, Dawn, and Travis, Dawn's husband. So it's a good start there. So then Dawn sent it out to the entire on-air people on a text strand.
And it was a long text, but I'll read the back half of it.
You were illustrating the fact, hey, we ain't doing this just to have fun. We're playing to win.
No, I said, I know fall is busy. A lot of you won't be able to join the team. Let me know if you're interested. I said, Buck, you would have to leave your little hipster neighborhood and come out south.
Boy, that's a good point. How south has he been?
Oh, there's no way
Probably
he's been that
outside.
south.
He hasn't been past 440, probably.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Inner realm of the city.
I said, here's the link for info. Let me know if you want in. And by the way, this is certainly a social drinking team, but I would like to win. This is not participation trophy. Everyone gets equal reps crap. We will play to win.
Playing the best players.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. You know what I already want to be? I want to be
in.
Oh, I'm already in. I'll be in there. I want to be all-time roller. Because I put that little spin on that ball.
Oh, you can roll it.
Oh, you can roll it. Yeah.
Big hands. I got the palm coming through there.
I hate the pressure.
Big hands. I know you're the one.
Rolling.
Yeah.
You don't like rolling?
No, you got to have a special roller.
Yeah. And
Withrow was always good at that, right?
Yeah, Withrow was really good.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Like I catch that thing, boy. I'm
yeah.
right there. I just ain't nothing in the with a bat in the batter's box.
No, that's good. We need somebody to step up and want that role.
Yeah.
I want that
you
role.
Can't just name somebody to that role.
I want that. I want
that.
that.
Now listen.
What?
You better be freaking good at it. Otherwise, I'm demoting you.
Babs, I'm telling you, listen, I always tell you I'm telling you if I ain't nothing. I'm telling you I ain't nothing in the box. I'm cool with the leg though. I'm straight with the leg.
So the key to co-ed kickball, the key to winning too.
Yeah, because you've played before.
Yeah. A lot of times the key to winning is how good your females are. Because it's co-ed, so you have to have 3 females in the field, and then every third batter has to be a female.
Every third got to be a female.
How are we going to get females? We got you. What about
I know,
Sammy?
I'm the only female right now. No, I don't know if Sammy can do it.
What do you mean? If she's good enough, or
because she has a baby.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And you saw the little hop in the bowling.
See, I have grandma and grandpa here. They can babysit while we play.
The dingo ate your baby.
Yeah. So we need some athletic girls. I invited Kayla, but I don't know.
Morning show's tough.
That morning show schedule's tough. Bowling is in.
Yeah, Will do it. He's young.
Yep. Yeah, he's young. He should be good.
That's a great point, though. How are we going to find females? There's a bunch of dudes that work here.
Let me see.
I know there are not a lot of females around here. I need athletic, bad A females.
Right, because you're not just going to choose anybody.
Soccer background would be preferable.
I know I got some homegirls as athletes.
Don going to roll over to the Belmont practice. I know you guys are good, but we need some soccer players.
Hi, ladies. Wednesday nights. I'll pay for your booze.
I know I got some. Don't even trip. We're going to come up with this, y'all.
Danny,
some VFLs.
Watch out for hammies, old folks. Come on. Don't put that on us.
Yeah, like
Don't you put that on us.
First of all, it's strategy to it. Who's speeding? What we doing? Speeding?
Speeding.
Yeah, that's how you're going to get the
Dude,
hammer.
if I'm playing, I'm going full out. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to dive for things and everything.
But the full out is still
I'm not just going to be out there.
Oh, we're
all
going
right, so
all
who's
out.
the official bunter? Because there's always that one guy on soccer that'll just tap the ball.
Oh, no, that's me. And then I beat it out at first.
Then you beat it out at first.
I get on every time. And then whoever's clean up behind me better take care of it.
I'm a sack.
So that I don't have to
I'm a
run
sack
that fast.
I'm a sacrifice.
You like a
I'm
kick
put
it
all the way in the
far.
air. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Somebody might catch a way out there, though. So
Yep.
don't even trip.
So we need to talk
the
about the
bases.
rest of our team and building the rest of our team and what we're going to do.
Yeah,
I
so-
don't know. Do we put it out there for maybe a super athletic listener or something? I don't know.
I mean, I'm game for that. We got Jaleel.
Who was a professional soccer player.
You do.
I'm not sure how
you imagine?
really excited
we probably get
that
about
he
one
was,
or two games
but
with him. Just one or
yeah.
two games. That's all we need.
you
we're
imagine
putting him on
playoffs.
the roster.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, whoever we're playing, they're like, oh, we got the zone, 104.5 the zone this week. We're going to mop them up. And then Jaleel walks up.
I hope he wears jersey and anything when he come out there.
Don't get Stonehouse. You don't get Jaleel.
Yeah, you think Stonehouse can play during the
what
season?
about Kern?
Oh, Kern. All right, BK.
Big leg Kern.
Isn't Kern's wife athletic too?
See?
Ooh.
There we go.
We about to get the whole Kern family.
There we go.
Bryce, too.
There
Yeah,
we
he
go.
can be our dugout coach.
I got some. I
He'll
got
keep
to get
everybody
off
in
the
check.
air. I got to get off the air to think.
All right.
Think on the air
So
for
the
some
question
reason.
is, like, would y'all come watch, or would you be interested, like, if we put that up on YouTube?
Hell yeah, they better come watch.
Come hanging out.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man, we gonna have people making little fried bologna sandwiches and everything if y'all come.
Fried bologna sandwiches for the fried
Feel
team.
me?
So
For the
it's got
fried
the grill
team.
going.
Yeah, I'll have the grill going.
So the head coach commented on Traylon Burks' injury. We've got that for you coming up. Also, Will Levis left early. All of those headlines next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brentwood Jewelry. I love these guys. You will too. The Amamali family. They are awesome, awesome people. And you can check them out in the heart of Brentwood, 7012 Church Street, just off Franklin Road. Online, BrentwoodJewelry.com. You can see everything you need right there. They are the premier timepiece dealer in Nashville. Brentwood Jewelry. I have several watches from them, and I love each and every one of them. And they have an incredible selection, and they are constantly getting new timepieces. Not only do they have the best selection in watches, they are also the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes, both vintage and current models. You can own a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost, and every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance and is presented with a 2-year warranty. Brentwood Jewelry here to help you pop that question, too. If you're thinking about that, they can help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. Check out Brentwood Jewelry. You've got all kinds of gifting responsibilities throughout the course of the year, and you need these guys on your side, so you can just pop in and pop out whenever you need. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Holistic stem cell therapy. That is what I'm going to get done to this hip. This hip going to be back. I'm going to be ready for the kickball league. I got something to look forward to, man. Yeah, buddy. It's going to be on and popping. The inflammation will be gone. And guess what I'm going to be using? My own stem cells, people. Yes, your own body, your cells, your solution. This is not a controversial stem cell use involving fetal research or donor cells of any kind. This is your body, your cells. That is the most important thing you got to understand. They can not only harvest your body stem cells, but also store them. So you go out and say an accident happens and, you got scarring, things of that nature that needs to get healed. Nothing better than your own cells. That makes sense, don't it? Stem cells attack inflammation in the body, like I told you before. You can get it for a little bit of anything: shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, whatever it may be. Congestive heart failure, whatever, lung issues, asthma, arthritis. It doesn't get better than this. KellumStemCellInstitute.com. KELLUM StemCellInstitute.com. Call right now for a free consultation. 615-850-4415. Your body, your cells, your solution.
Good evening from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. Titans and Vikings wrapped up the second and final day of joint practice. Afterwards, Coach Vrabel met with the media, and he was asked about Will Levis and if he is getting as much time getting snaps as Malik Willis.
Well, he got the same amount of reps as Malik up until the 2-minute. I did 2-minute over here yesterday. So while Malik was going, Will did that, and the plans were to have him go today, but they took him in, and we'll see where he's at for the game on Saturday.
Yeah, if you heard that last part, that's how every one of us found out that Will Levis was taken off the field. We do not know the injury or the extent of the injury, but we also know that he is questionable to at least play on Saturday. Coming up here in just a few days when the Vikings and Titans actually play on the field. Who's going to be on the field quarterback-wise for the Houston Texans is C.J. Stroud. He is going to get the start against the Dolphins this weekend. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, a flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brett Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It is almost Friday, y'all.
Almost Friday.
Hope you're having a great week. We're going to finish strong. We sprint to the finish line on this show and in life. Right, Dawn Davenport?
That's right. I give a damn about my reputation. Happy Thursday to you. 5 o'clock hour, you have made it.
That's right. Sprint through the finish line. Ronald Sylvester Slays over there. It looks like he's coming up with some bets.
No, I got it.
Hey, I'm in the building. Best believe I'm in the building. Better be ready. I'm in the building. I ain't got no rules. Time for the show.
I got it. I'm perturbed.
Perturbed about what, Mr.
I
Slay?
have a 4-team parlay set up, and it's showing as a 3-team parlay. Now, that ain't right. So before I give it out.
Is it different than the one I did from you earlier? Cards, Padres, Dodgers, Tigers?
No, it's the same one. I got the Dodgers added onto it, so it should be 4.
Yeah.
Same one. I did that one in another one. So I got a 3-team and I got a 4-team, though.
I mean, might as well throw a 5-team in there. Why don't you just bet every baseball game and try to get it done?
And the odds ain't really high for that one, yo. I need
really high for this 14 thing we got going.
I need when the odds are really high.
Right. Yeah, because they're real high in what you're doing right now.
Soaring like an eagle.
Yeah.
I mean, we did win with the Astros last night.
That's all I'm saying.
We knew
Rangers
they bounced
messed
back.
up everything.
Who did?
The Rangers against the Angels messed up everything.
No, but that helped me. They got Astros from 3.5 to 2.5.
And that's why I even thought that, like, Rangers want to put some more distance between it. See? I just sent it to Superbook. They said it looks like a 4-teamer to me. Exactly. Why does it say 3?
You can watch the show, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The F&M Bank chat is open. And if you watch the show on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Just throwing it out there. It's on Twitch, right?
Hey.
Please.
Twitch.
Let's go.
Come on, Babsy.
I had some direction from Slay on that one. He's like, hit her again.
Come on, one more time.
He was signaling me around third.
I'm the all-time roller. I had to get it.
Oh,
get it right.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So when are we starting this kickball team? Wednesdays, mid-September?
Mid-September, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I can't wait. This is going to be great.
Got to get into shape real quick.
Now you don't need no
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't have to.
I started lifting. Does arms help me?
No. Not at all.
You
I gotta
catch
throw
the
it.
ball.
So I do need a question.
I got to throw the ball, right?
Can't
Do you
you
throw
hit-
the ball at people?
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
That's how you get people out, right?
Oh, I'm going
You
to.
can.
I'm
It
gonna-
is one way.
I'm
But
gonna
you have
peg
to
people.
remember that if you are like rearing back, going to peg somebody and you miss them, the ball
goes
is
soaring.
gone
Yeah.
and they're going to score.
Listen, Babs.
Like
sometimes
your
in life.
chance
Listen.
of hitting somebody is way less than just normal baseball
Listen,
rules.
sometimes in life you just got to take chances, Babs.
Jeez,
It's an
this is
intimidating-
going to be great.
Listen. You do it early in the game because it's an intimidation factor.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You pop somebody in the first inning, they're going to think twice about trying to get that extra base.
Look at your team that you assembled.
Like, can you hit somebody in the back of the head?
Look at Babs'
I'm going to have to fix my team.
Like, is there a target range that you can hit people? Like, can I hit somebody in the back of the head? Do you remember?
Yeah, you can't hit them in the head.
Damn, it's late.
No, it's all below the neck, head, face. You can't hit them in the head.
Groin.
Groin's fair game.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's where the intimidation comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to take third. You won't do it again. I'm telling you, man, I'm coming after people.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, just back up my throws. That's all I'm saying. Like, if I got the ball in my hand, somebody better go back it up. Because it's sailing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's enough of that.
Where are you going to play?
I throw piss missiles, Babs.
Okay, Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis went into the facility, did not finish team drills today. So the question is, what's going on there? I think PK put out that it was lower body injury, so we'll have to figure out what they do. Maybe they sign somebody because, Tannehill's not going to play on Saturday.
Right.
No.
Right. And I wouldn't imagine Malik Willis goes the entire game. That's kind of a rare thing in the preseason. Because, think about who he's going to be on the field with in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Oof.
I don't think anybody wants that, right?
No, that's not.
Well, it can't be worse than the offensive line he's on the field with last year.
It's going to be somebody, though.
The starting offensive line is shaky. Let's get to the third and fourth guys that aren't even going to make the roster.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Sign somebody.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're going to sign somebody who comes in on Friday
Yeah.
and plays on Saturday?
Yeah.
What? They're not going to know any of this offense.
Give him 4 plays, man.
Run the rock.
Hand it off to Chestnut 300 times.
I like 300.
Is there somebody available out there that might know a little bit of this offense?
I think you. Oh no, I was gonna say I think you named somebody, but
Jordan Ta'amu,
they know the offense though.
But he don't know the offense.
It should be as basic as it comes, though, right? Hat on hat, let's execute.
It's pretty vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to have to get flamboyant with the play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Just get through the game. Get somebody out there to hand the ball off, or take deep shots.
Oh boy,
just hit the 7 route.
It's over and over. Just streaks all the way up the field.
Oh man, the Evan and Bank chat is up and running. Lonzo says Twitch, please.
Yeah, there you go, Lonzo.
YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
William says headshot, LOL.
Yeah, we taking them out, baby.
Christopher says I hit somebody so hard one time with a kickball, I took their legs out from underneath them.
Turn. He's an angry guy.
That can happen sometimes. If you're running, you're a little off balance, kind of cross off. Yeah, cross up yourself. When did this happen?
Will says, y'all ruthless, LOL. Yeah. Hey, listen, we play to win, dude. I'm not just going to drive out to Nolensville just to, is that where it is?
Yep.
Just to, hang around.
No, we're going to get it.
Okay, Jordan
Keep
Ta'amu
score, right?
worked out for the Vikings in June.
Bring Jordan Ta'amu in.
There you go.
I'm with you on that. Mickey and Blaine started talking about this earlier, and Babs texted Mickey, and Mickey gave you credit for that. And I'm like, I saw him in between shows, and I'm like, she loves Jordan Ta'amu.
I do. I love him.
She brings him up anytime there's an opening somewhere.
I'm like, I just want the kid to get another chance.
Give him a shot.
I do love him. Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow, right? We'll see. If they make a move, something's going on with Levis. If they don't, then you either get Malik or Levis is fine.
And that's, you gotta wait. We got to wait to see exactly what's going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Swab Zombie at 615-737-1045. What up, Zombie?
Hey, what's going on? Just wanted to say I love you guys. I just want to call in and chop it up. When he said his wife, sent him that message about joining the team, he would get divorced. I felt that really deep, and I think Davenport, knew it was serious as well. And Davenport, don't worry, we got a ceasefire going until that last game of the season, so I ain't trying to sneak anything over on you. Y'all are guns up and stuff. I was able to meet Ramon Foster, my good friend, Mr. Days, introduced us the other day, and he's a big fella. He's a big fella, man. And if you need somebody else for the kickball team, I'm down. Want to get an educator in there, a sub, and so I'm definitely down. But I did want to, if it's okay, I wanted to try to hype the people up for the football betting season, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
All right, so guys, the parlay has been cooking. All right, the parlay has been cooking. The money is there. Get the plan in place. Time to execute the plan. Scared money don't win. Slay, are you scared? Are you scared, Slay?
No, scared money don't win,
We
baby.
ain't scared. That's right. We ain't scared. So all I got to say is send it. Let's go. It's time to send it. The money is yours. Take it.
The money plays, baby. Money on the wood, make it good.
Thank you, Zombie.
I don't know about the hype up on a parlay.
But no, that's what Babsy. That's it.
I mean,
Last time I went with
come on.
parlay, I won. That was
Man, what?
2 nights ago.
I'm trying to help people pay
on.
mortgages out here, Babsy.
No. That's a hell no.
Now, he
That's
had
for the
2
taking.
parlays the other day. I only did the first one. The second one got killed by the Cubs.
It's silly.
Yeah, you can't count on the Cubs for anything.
Oh, wait.
They're a wild card team right now, but hey.
They're going to win that division. Watch.
Who?
Cubs.
Cubs.
They're only 2.5 out.
Yeah.
They've come way back, from way back.
I wish I paid attention to it.
Cubs.
You bet it every night.
Thank you, Aaron Rodgers.
I wish I paid attention to baseball. You bet it every day.
Yep. Living on the edge.
All right, Aerosmith. Is that who's saying that?
Yeah,
Why do you know that?
that's my time frame right there.
All right, when we come back, the head coach commented on Traylon Burks' injury. You'll hear that next. Also, more of your phone calls. Wesley and Gallatin will lead us off if you want in. There are lines open, 615-737-1045.
What's happening, folks? Don't be the one that's sitting in the dark. Nobody likes to sit in the dark unless you're going to a scary haunted house or something like that. Then probably their generator's even working. So you got to have cold generators to make sure yours is all backed up. If you want to take that chance and gamble with your electricity and your lights and all that, well, be my guest. But don't be looking at us when me and Babsy sitting there with lights on and not missing a beat because we got cold generators on our side.
That's right. Your premier Generac home standby generator dealer. Call them today. By the way, they have a free 10-year warranty thing going on, so you can be ready for the next power outages.
Yeah, because
it's been plural
exactly right.
lately. I don't know if you have noticed that. If you have a generator already, call Cove to perform maintenance on your Generac automatic standby generator or any brand of generators. Now, terms and conditions may apply for this deal. Call for details. 931-559-3311. Visit covegenerators.com.
And stay connected to it all, Babsy.
Sounds good to me. Xfinity Mobile, I need our mobile plan to keep us connected while not feeling like I'm draining my bank account to afford it. From Xfinity, the home of the 10G network, the future starts now. Discover the nation's best-kept secret and switch to Xfinity Mobile now with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. Join the millions who save hundreds a year with Xfinity Mobile, one of the fastest-growing mobile services with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. $30 a line per month with unlimited data when you get 2 lines. Switch to Xfinity Mobile, rated number 1 in quality and number 1 in value. Mobile plans starting at just $15 a month. You can save hundreds a year with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. Get nationwide 5G included at no extra cost. Mix shared and unlimited data options with your family all in one plan. Streaming more or using less. Switch between unlimited and by the gig anytime on the Xfinity mobile app, so you can only pay for what you need. Automatically connect to over 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide to save money on data. Restrictions apply. Compare pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required. Most reliable based on Root Metrics US report. Results vary. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabits of usage per line. Customer satisfaction compared to all measured full-service providers in the 2021 American Customer Satisfaction Index survey of customer rating their own wireless service providers' performance. Xfinity Internet required. Taxes and fees are extra. Data thresholds and actual savings may vary based on weighted average of consumer reported savings compared to charges for the top 3 carriers. Back-to-back days with Biggie. I mean, this group, man. Baby. I see some ladies tonight that should be. What a great line.
Styling Grace, that was great.
Lyrical. I almost said it. Whoops.
Brendan said, where's the backup quarterback slayer, Logan Woodside? He is rocking it in Atlanta.
He's in the ATL, yeah.
He played the most of the preseason game for them.
We actually had 2 people call during the break. Asked the exact same question.
About my guy Logan?
Yes, they all love it.
Now everybody want Logan back now.
I know. Everybody wants him. See? Everybody gave me so much crap about him.
Go play 3 quarters. Yeah. Who else could they throw out there?
There you go.
Is there anybody else on the roster, like the back end part of the roster, that could play quarterback? Hey, what about one of them kickers?
If he get cut?
It's like
one of them kickers.
It's like
one of them.
What is it? Survivor?
Yeah. One's big and one's small.
Whichever one of you survives, you get the kicking job. Go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how about that? They can win the kicking job by playing quarterback.
Yep.
That'd be amazing. Somebody gets the third, somebody gets the fourth.
Staying alive.
Yep.
A lot of people asking about Dobbs. Dobbs is playing tonight, as a matter of fact. Browns at Eagles. Eagles by 3.5. Have you dug in on this one?
Browns at Eagles?
Browns at Eagles. Eagles by 3.5.
No,
it's Cleveland versus Philly. Slay, just letting you know, because I know you were focused a lot on Cleveland versus Detroit earlier.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I ain't really, preseason, I ain't really with that right there. I like the over and under in those games.
We got the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, but
and it was Cleveland.
How are you acting like this for
Wasn't
a
it?
preseason football game?
No,
Yeah, you
dog,
are all in.
You got 3 different quarterbacks that are going to play, dog, against 3 different styles of defense and
Maybe.
3 different tiers.
It doesn't matter. You can't name 3 players on the Detroit Tigers team.
That's not important.
What I read is that for the Eagles, Marcus Mariota is going to start, and then Ian Book, remember from Notre Dame?
Yeah.
I do remember him.
Is going to play. Those are the 2.
Yeah, I ain't like Ian Book.
And then for the Browns, it's going to be Josh Dobbs is going to get the start.
You don't even remember him.
I know. I remember his name, though.
Didn't he play in the Music City Bowl, Ian Book?
No, that was
That was Devin Book.
That was after. Wasn't that after his time?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
remember,
the bowl was before his time.
I remember thinking he was overrated. That's what I remember about Ian Book. Like everybody wanted to try to sell me on Ian Book, and I was like, nah, I don't know about it.
Well,
you know
like
what I
you
will
were right.
do?
And now he's coming in after Marcus Mariota. Hang on, Browns are going to go Josh Dobbs at quarterback. Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts not playing tonight is what I read. And then they don't know. The story I read didn't know if it was Kellen Mond or DTR. But DTR has shined in the preseason.
What I was just going to say.
Because they played 2 games so far.
If I had to go with one, it would be with Cleveland.
Cedric Tillman. At wide receiver.
They really know what they got, man.
Ian Book played in the Citrus Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Camping World Bowl, and the Rose Bowl.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go. You know what? Let's go and do this. We forgot the parlay, huh?
No, we didn't because we're doing it next.
Oh, okay.
Well, you were supposed to do it if
I'm going to take this right now. Go and give me Cleveland, 3.5.
Why are you betting on preseason football? You don't even know who the heck's playing.
I know.
Cleveland plus the 3.5. It's a reason to watch the game, Babs.
So I balance
it out.
What's
$10?
No, I'm not betting 10.
No.
But parlay this.
No, you watch the game because you want football in your life.
Justin says, wasn't it Malik Zaire for Notre Dame
yes.
that played in the Music City Bowl? They played LSU, right? Bowl games, man, they come up, I get excited about it, and then it's gone. And you move on to the next thing, right?
Yep. Malik Zaire, Notre Dame's quarterback got hurt.
I remember.
And then I think Malik Zaire came in. I worked that game, but that just shows you how everything fuses together in my brain.
Breaking news.
What?
Superbook got to the bottom of it for the parlay. Yeah, I remember I said I knew it was a 14 parlay.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to inform everybody about
it. Nobody cares.
Yeah, they do, Babs. They might want to buy in on this. I did.
Am I right, Hunk?
I mean,
This is important. This is your sport, dog. This is your sport.
Yes, which makes me just want to bang my head up against this window that you're sitting here know nothing about it and you're betting it.
Yeah, well,
The
we
reason
win,
it's
too.
no longer a 14 parlay is because the Detroit Tigers and Cleveland Guardians game was postponed and therefore removed from your parlay.
Oh, dude,
there you
that
go.
means I got to fix mine.
No, you don't. You ain't nothing to fix.
All right.
You got it.
Okay, let's
just
talk
take it
about
out?
something else.
Well, I was trying to work through this. I think I'm going to take Browns plus the 3.5 also.
Is anybody else betting tonight?
No,
Football.
no. You know why? Because you guys are degenerates.
I need to pull that Bret Hart line when he said this to Shawn Michaels. You're a bunch of degenerates. That's all you are just a bunch of degenerates.
Yeah.
Degenerates.
Speaking of, while we're absolutely doing nothing for a second, we need to call Jeff Jarrett, get him on tomorrow, talk about this.
Yes, we do.
Jeff Jarrett is
wrestling
celebrating
thing.
his Texas Chainsaw
I saw
Massacre
it.
match win.
I saw it.
from
Leatherface
last
came out.
Leatherface came out, man.
That's crazy.
Leatherface came out and with the chainsaw and all.
Yeah. I don't mess with dudes with chainsaws, man.
No.
And
Can
you
I?
You can go the other way with that.
No, I'm changing the subject.
Don,
Well,
Don,
we need
get
to
him
talk
back.
about Mike Vrabel and his comments about Traylon Burks'
Don,
injury.
the boat's going through the water and that little is just turning. We need somebody to grab that steering wheel.
I've tried
One time, my friend
for
Mark.
the past 10 minutes.
One time, my friend Mark and I got in a canoe with a bunch of people. Like, everybody had different canoes. But me and him were in the same canoe. And we were going down the Ocoee, and we finished last. And we came across the finish line, or whatever you call it. Like, you're just done, the exit, I guess. And our boat was full of water, and we were just cruising down the middle of the lane, the middle of the river. That's what's going on right now. We got you, Babs.
What? Our boat is full of water,
Full of water.
sinking
Yeah.
quickly.
Mike Vrabel talking about Traylon Burks' injury following practice today in Minnesota. Not a long-term thing.
No, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. There's no structural damage, and anticipating him, being back. Again, I'm not putting a timeline on it, but I think that it was a best-case scenario.
I do too. Love it. Give him a little rest. Gonna be ready for week 1.
I mean, there were some key things in there. Not a long-term thing. Best case scenario, no structural damage.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
You look peeved over there.
Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, she's turned to the side and is facing Hump,
is
not
turned
even
to the
looking
side.
at us.
You don't want anything to do with us, Babs?
Yeah, again, Dawn's 90% of her language and her verbiage is right there in her body language.
Are you saying you don't want anything to do with your teammates and co-hosts?
Yeah, and you want us to play kickball and peg people?
No, I don't want you to peg people because you're going to miss and give up runs. And then we're going to lose. And then I have to demote you to the bench
Boy,
and find somebody else.
I'll have to Uber home if that happens.
Let's be honest. That's
You're
probably
going
going
to
to
have to
happen
Uber home
anyways.
anyway.
Or just stay with y'all. Y'all live over there.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel talking about Will Levis. Some people have been talking about how he's not getting the same amount of work as Malik. Here's Vrabel on that.
Well, he got the same amount of reps as Malik up until the 2-minute. I did 2-minute over here yesterday. So while Malik was going, Will did that, and the plans were to have him go today. But they took him in, and we'll see where he's at for the game on Saturday.
How about that? Just throw that little
Mike
nugget out there.
Vrabel breaking injury news.
You know, when you get
Nobody
like,
really noticed that he went in early.
no, that was a nugget. You know, like
Yeah.
you go to Chick-fil-A and sometimes the nuggets are attached. That's what that was.
A little extra.
Yeah, that was like a double nugget.
Yeah. I used to love it when I would get a little extra nugget in
See,
there.
she's having it again. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just talking about,
Hey, you're talking about nuggets.
talking about food.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel talking about, I love this cut. This is cool. Talking about both Malik Willis and Will Levis improving in day 2 of joint practice.
Well, I thought they were better. I thought the ball came out quicker today than it did yesterday with some of the looks. I know that they watched the tape, studied hard, and wanted to come back out here today. And there's the second group, and both of those, Malik and Will, had some third down conversions, and I thought they were better today than they were yesterday. And I thought both of them had fairly good days yesterday.
Well,
Oh,
good.
okay. That's positive.
that's very positive.
Who is that?
This-
Is that Mike Vrabel?
Preseason Braves. Preseason Braves.
He does
That
like
might
talking
be-
about
That might be Vike
Vrabel.
Vrabel.
That's Mickey's thing.
Yeah.
He's working in the form. Give him time.
Is
Yeah.
that Tyke Momlin? Is that who it was?
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Okay, wait. He's back on the next cut.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, well, I mean, we've been talking about this. Could Tannehill get work on Saturday if Levis is out, Vrabel?
We'll let you guys know on Saturday. Thanks.
He's back, baby.
Yep, thanks.
I was a little worried about that positivity.
615-737-1045. See, we're back on it now. Wesley and Gallatin next up on 3HL. Wesley, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's up, Wes?
So I'm thinking with Burks out, let's see what we can do with kicking Spears out wide this weekend. And then when the season starts, have the double-headed monster, Spears and Henry in the backfield at the same time.
I'm not sure you won't see that some this year. I think anything's on the table. Great idea. Split him out wide and let him play wide receiver.
Okay, that's pushing it.
No, they got to.
You got to protect the hammy.
No, don't split him out wide. I mean, don't send him out wide at the beginning of play. Kick him out in motion.
Oh. I got you. Yeah, well, I mean, they will do that too. Like, this dude can run routes, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I thought
Wesley.
he was saying play him as a wideout.
I did too. And I'm like, well, there's so many dudes battling for like that last spot
Yeah.
that they got to take a look at all those guys.
Not to mention, like Mike Keith said, you'd be okay with not seeing Spears, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Like, he's shown me enough. You can give me one series. I'll take one
I know
series,
he's a
but
rookie, but I mean,
do the dog, man.
I feel like he's all through camp. He's shown what he can do. You're good.
DOG.
Yep. I'm with you on that.
Especially if you're not playing him with guys that he's going to be playing with in the regular season.
Right.
Do you have your light on? You look dark on the.
I do, and I don't know why I
The
look so
TV
dark
feed.
compared to you guys. Hunk, do you?
It is because as I'm looking at you right now, you have a different setting on your light than what the others have. At least from the.
She's got the dark setting on her
Well,
light.
there's two different shades that you can go to with the light. You got the white light and the yellow light.
What's the name turns?
Don, go towards the white
turns
light.
the lights off of her too, though.
Kayla turns the lights off. What is she doing?
What's her name?
No, Kayla,
That
that's
girl
all.
in the mornings.
No, I'm sorry. My
Sit
bad.
in that
What's her
I
name?
was saying Kayla.
You can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Ugh, Twitch, please.
Josh says, I say we call it Billy Volick.
Oh my
Play
gosh.
kickball?
Oh, play quarterback on
Oh,
Saturday.
okay. I was there.
Play kickball. Jeremy says, tell him Babs, LOL.
No, don't tell him, Babs.
Nephew Sally, preseason Braves, LOL.
Yeah, that's just a warm up.
Stokely says, Don's inner demons are canceling out the lights.
Oh,
Inner demons are coming out.
Just think about what
time
happens
to
when
get
you guys
focused.
think about what happens if you
Focus.
guys give up 3 runs in kickball. How she's going to be acting.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, we
Oh, dude,
I will take you
I'm taking
out.
I'm taking people out. I'm gonna take their legs out.
Hey, that helped. How did that help?
Because in science, we've got to go to break. I'll explain.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. Do you know what that means?
Uh-oh, here we
It's
go.
a setting that Hunk screwed up in the back. Guaranteed. I'm going to look right now.
I've literally been sitting in this one
You better
spot
lock
the
that
whole
door.
time.
Here she comes. Does she have a line?
Lock
Go
the
to
door.
break.
Lock the door. Huh?
Break, go to break.
Lock the door, huh? Lock the
I
door.
can't till he goes to break
No,
because
I'm
he'll go
not-
to break when I
No,
when I
not
turn
going- I'm not
around.
going to break. I want to see what happens. Everybody wants to see what happens.
I wonder if she's
I kind of
sprinting.
actually want to see how she's going to mess with
Is
his own
she
TV.
sprinting?
Oh, there
Look,
she
look,
is.
she got enough fast too.
Over there. I'm just going to tell her over there and see if she touches
The
it and
mic,
see if she
the
messes
mic's
it
hot
up.
too, Babs. Just
Yeah,
know.
Mike's hot.
Look, she,
Turn your mic back on.
Hold on. Let's go to the 4 shot so that you can see her in here. Actually, you can't see her in here. Hold on.
You can see where she's not. Boy, she's studying something.
She
trying
is.
to
I
figure
told
it
you.
out.
She's got some hand waving going on.
Get him, Babsy.
Hands are on hips, guys.
How dare you do that setting in that way?
Look.
No, there isn't.
Yes.
How is that? Look, here.
Go to break.
I'm trying. He won't do it. What
Yes,
a
man.
mess.
3HL 1045 this
What a
up.
mess. What's happening? What's happening, everybody? We are on and popping with Superbook Sports, man. Let's get the parlay going. Let's get it rocking and rolling. You've been waiting. I know you've been waiting. Here we go. Babsy is on the table. Let's go Cardinals plus 1.5. Padres money line. Dodgers money line. That'll get you plus 420 for baseball tonight. Now, let's get a little risky. I know you want to get a little risky. And don't y'all like risk? Cardinals money line, Padres money line, Dodgers money line. It's just bets going all the way around, man. Let's get it together. Download Superbook Sports app, man, and get involved in it. Use the promo code SLAY, and that right there will get you $250 too, man. So you know what it is. Book it.
This is such a great groove here, man.
Oh,
Anniversary.
Tony.
Anniversary.
You can go about like 9 minutes with this song, right?
Yeah.
Something like
You
that.
can let it play, yup.
and Honk, why are you playing this song?
Because I told him to.
Because it's an amazing song that we need to end on a slow jam.
Because it's me and Mr. Babs' wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary, y'all.
Thank you.
Glad you remembered.
Happy. Oh, I did not this morning. I did not.
Y'all, Babs is such a sentimental soul.
And it's in my calendar, and I didn't see it last night.
It's in my calendar.
And I didn't this morning.
I did this morning.
I have to go grab a card on my way home. I'm hoping Mr. Babs is not listening right now.
No, dude, you've set the bar. He knows what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
He knows the situation he's in.
That's true.
Where are we?
So happy anniversary, Mr.
yeah.
Babs. I love
That's
you.
right.
Also, Babs stood up on the production countertop to change the lighting up top.
Yep. And I
So-
texted a picture of of me fixing the lights. I sent it to Kayla and said, I fixed our lights. Nobody puts baby in the dark.
Hey, you're all lit up.
We're all lit up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure she hates it this
He's
bright.
all lit up.
Well, I mean, it's kind of early, you know.
Yeah. They go early.
Caleb, learning that Slay doesn't watch baseball. I don't know if I can trust the par Slay on baseball anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Although he has had some success.
All I'm saying is, I'm playing with house money. That's one thing for sure. So all I'm doing is loading it all up for football season. We got 3 more weeks, y'all. Nope, 4 more weeks. No, 1 more week. No, it's next week, ain't it? When is
You've
football
literally
season?
named every
Slay.
single
No,
week
it's
that
football
we have.
season. No, Vandy in
Next
Hawaii.
week.
Next week. We got to next week, y'all. We better load up.
You named 4 different weeks. You're bound to be right, right?
Yeah.
Load up.
It's next
It's here.
next Thursday I will be flying out.
Yeah.
Load up time.
Vandy
We're
in
here.
Hawaii next Saturday.
Man, Babsy back
Portion
on
of the ticket proceeds
Back
go
on the
to
road.
back on the road again.
the people that are struggling in Maui.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
Salute to y'all for doing
Good
that.
job,
man.
Vandy.
Good job, Doris.
Stokely says Dawn is Kyle Vandenbosch red eye contacts level of unhinged today.
Damn right.
It's her anniversary.
Yeah,
Dude, that is
she's
the
ready for it.
best comparison of anything ever.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Kyle Vandenbosch used to wear red contacts and looked terrorizing out there. And
Yep.
Google
played
it
like it, too.
if you haven't seen it.
Just for
it
game
is scary.
days, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes you'd see him at practice.
sometimes. Randy, happy anniversary to Dawn and Mr. Babs.
Thank you.
Does he enjoy being called Mr. Babs?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just roll with it.
I mean,
Gosh.
I
What
don't
does
care if
Travis,
he does or not.
Yeah, we're
what
here
does
now.
Travis have in store for him tonight?
We're here.
Gotta stop
I'll
and get
tell you one thing, I'm not cooking. You knew when you married me, I wasn't going to cook. Not
Knew
cooking
what
on
it
this
was.
anniversary.
She's got one dish, but if you were cooking, you'd already put it in the crock pot.
That's right.
I
It
don't
would
know.
have
I
gone
think
in
that
at
may be a
11
gift
a.m.
all in itself.
Yeah, maybe.
No, you haven't had my pot roast in the crock pot.
That's right, Paul.
Honk.
You don't know.
That's her thing. That's her one thing.
It's pretty
man,
good, too.
figure
Even
out-
the stepson ate it.
Figure out what you do well and just lean in on that.
That's right.
Play to your
I
strengths,
can make
Babs.
cake pops.
What's that?
You know, those little cake balls.
Yeah, on sticks.
Yeah, you get 'em
do
at
them different
Starbucks.
colors.
Dude, if
and,
you-
yeah, Starbucks have them.
If you haven't had
I don't
cake
drink
pops,
coffee.
You haven't had a cake pop?
oh.
I might have to make. You know what? I'll do it for our opening night of kickball.
When you
There you
first
go.
started here, like 6+ years ago, you made cake pops and brought them in.
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah, they were like energy cake
Who
pops.
was I?
Oh, no, those are energy balls.
Oh,
Those
that's
are
right.
different.
They were good.
Those are like healthy.
They were
Oh,
good,
yeah, I
though.
don't want that.
They are good.
Explicit Concept says high school football starts tonight, which means the annual Gordonsville versus Smith County game, huge county rivalry. The county shuts down pretty much for this game. The jungle will be rocking tonight,
Awesome.
It's
oh,
here,
high
man.
school
This
is
football's
it.
here too.
tomorrow, and then Saturday is Brentwood Academy and CPA on television.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that. Let's get Blake in here in Madison real quick. Blake, what's up?
Hey, y'all, how we doing?
What up,
Hi,
Blake?
Blake.
Good
Hey, I
question,
was
Blake.
wondering if y'all had seen the tweet from Tiertar after practice today?
Oh, I have not.
What did he say?
Did it have to do with their fight?
So I saw it on Titans Wire, and then I checked it out on Twitter, and he, after, he threw a punch, got thrown out, he just tweeted lame AF. And if you don't know what that means, we can't really spell it out for you on the radio.
I think everybody at this point knows what it means.
It means lame after 5.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. But man, I just see that, and I'm like, come on, guy. Like, was this not the expectation from the start of camps? Like, the coaching staff was super upfront about that. Like, we saw guys get taken out of practice. We saw Jamarco get released. Like, you got to ask why the coaches expect that of you. Like, there's no consequence really right now unless coaches enforce something like that. But come season time, if you do something like that in the game, like, it could cost you the game. You don't know. So, like, you got to step up to that plate and, like, understand, why they're asking you to behave this way. So anyway,
that's true. I really don't think you have to worry about that with TR Tart. I mean, they know the situation. They know they're not in a game prepared to get thrown out.
Right.
So
rule is a rule.
He made it last season, right?
Yeah, he understands what's going on, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an intricate part to that defensive front, so.
Christopher with a good point on YouTube. Y'all need suck up on the kickball team. Ooh.
He doesn't live here.
Does he not?
I don't think so.
So we need people in the zone.
Kern, I'm telling you, Kern needs to come home.
Kern definitely one.
Although he might not want to risk injury for his golf career.
Playing around with us.
Right.
Competing with us.
So,
yeah.
Okay, who is Ed Ingram? Ed Ingram on Titans defensive tackle Tart getting ejected for punching Bradbury. That dude deserved it. He was one of the guys that was talking and doing all this dirty stuff, punching people in the face.
There you go. If that's true, then guess what? Somebody will take it. I got it.
You know what Coach Prime said?
What?
If one fights, we all fight.
Let's roll.
There was a fight at the Colorado practice, and he got really upset that players were walking away from the fight. He wanted everybody in it.
Yeah, we all in on this.
Oh, Ingram's their guard.
Okay.
Vikings guard.
Yep. Everybody going to get punished the same, so you might as well everybody go jump in it.
Well, it's like if one of your teammates is involved in something, you're not walking toward the sideline. You're in it.
Yep. Part of it.
It's true.
What you sign up for.
And then later you're like, dude.
Yeah, you get on them after.
Don't put me in that spot anymore.
Absolutely.
Put baby in the corner. Hey, Hunt, what's next?
That would be the 3HL After Party brought to you by Awaken 180.
Can y'all imagine if we needed to do one more hour live where
oh
this
my
show
gosh.
might go today?
No, I would quit.
I find Muskogee and say let's roll.
Just sign an extension. Stop. All right, we're out. Later. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a safe night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Good one.